Stand up, New York Giant fans. What's going on, Bad Dog?
What is going on? Chris, how you doing, man? We have some football today.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. Just want to explain the new setting for everybody. I'm sure there'll be questions throughout the chat. Had to my friend went away on vacation, and with the potential hurricane, which doesn't look like it's going to be one. Obviously I'm over here looking after his dog, so hopefully he doesn't interrupt us during the game. I'm sure he'll be fine. So far he seems calm, but yeah, man, I'm super excited to see what we got coming out. But the first thing we got to talk about, Bad Dog, let me say hello to a couple people in the chat before we forget. Fabian, Queasy, Joan, Booze, thank you for being here. Mike in the chat, Spin City in the chat, Nick in the chat, Sports Influencer in the chat, Simon Z, Nick in the chat, Manuel in the chat, Pack Rat in the chat, Udi in the chat, Sean G in the chat. Thank you for being here. Obi Toppin in the chat, T Savage, what's going on? Kalen, Bill M in the chat, Arcstick in the chat, Paul in the chat, Block Nation, Christopher Pena. We're ready to go, Bad Dog. Afghanistan, of course, Anthony, Eric. Thank you to everybody for being here. Damien, thank you for being here. Appreciate everybody for being here. First thing we got to talk about, Bad Dog. I think going into this game, we at least expected Jones, and not just Jones, the offensive line, to get a couple of drives. 1, 2 drives, get a little exposure. Of course, the Giants this week had the joint practices, right, with the Cleveland Browns, and the Browns decided to do the same thing. Mayfield's not playing. I don't think they're playing the majority of their starters either. So the Giants decide to come out with the second and third units for the football team today. Give me your thoughts on that.
I'll talk about it more in the post game. I don't understand. I don't have any words. And that's impossible to believe that. I don't have. Well, I do, but I don't. I'm confused, Chris. I don't understand why these guys aren't getting reps. I understand that, you want to keep everybody healthy, but my God, I mean, these guys get hurt in the first snap of the year. You can't play scared.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would like to see some of the first. I would like to see Daniel Jones get some reps. I would like to see especially the offensive line get some reps. These guys got to play in game situations. Practice is practice, man. You need some kind of game simulation. I don't care what Cleveland's doing. This is about us. I don't get it, man. I completely understand especially the offensive line, like you said. Like, even though I'm with you, I want to see Jones get his reps as well. I kind of get the thinking that he had his practice. He doesn't have any of his weapons out there to begin with, even though if I was the coach, he's playing. But the offensive line especially, you want them, they something to build off of. I know that Cleveland's not starting their pass rushers, but you want to see them, at least a drive or two, continue to show progress. I thought last week they had a pretty solid performance. Not to mention, now I'm worried about the health of Mike Glennon with the backup lineman that we got. Putting them out there. You got an entire second unit of the offensive line. So we'll see what ultimately happens. Obviously, this is going to be a game much like the first game, where Judge is going to be looking at the back end of the roster guys and, seeing who's going to make this team and who's not. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand. We saw the back end of the rotation guys. I thought this was supposed to be like you're going to start like it was the last game of the preseason and work your way up. I don't get it, man. Like I said, Barkley, okay, I get it. Galladay, I get it. I don't know what the hell is going on with Kadarius Toney. I wish I knew something. I wish we had some reason what is going on with him. You'd like to see him get reps too. I mean, if he's hurt, he's hurt. But I would like to see a rookie get some reps. He needs them. I don't know if still. I guess he's not playing either. Slayton played in the first game, so I don't know who's in and who's out. I mean, like you guys know, I had a long weekend, so I haven't really been online at all. But I don't know, Chris. I'm excited for football. I always am, but I would like to see the starters in there for at least a couple of drives. They don't need to play the whole first quarter, the whole half. But God, give them 2 drives. They go 3 and out. They go 3 and out, but something.
I'm sure people in the chat feel the same way, and I definitely understand where people are coming from with that. Entertainer Sports Burner, man. Thank you very much. Stand up, fellas. What's going on, my man? Thanks for popping in. And Greg C in the chat. Greg C, man, thank you so much, man. Okay, I promise. No more why aren't starters playing comments. XO brothers. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for listening, man. I'm just going to enjoy the game. I'm going to hope that these back end of the roster guys produce and look good. We all know that we need to add depth on the offensive line, so I'm not going to read too much into the starters that are playing in this game. I don't think many of, at least probably half of them, are going to make the final roster with this team. And hopefully that, we'll see what we got on defense. But I think this is a game for the David Sills of the world, players like that, much like last week. Carter Coughlin, you get to see him at the middle linebacker spot. Maybe Azeez Ojulari, kind of like last week, gets a little bit of exposure. You get to see him a little bit. Hopefully Carter plays as well. I know he's coming off the injury, but it would be nice to see him maybe have some growth as well. But we'll see what lineup they come out with on defense. Offense, it sounds like they're going with the second unit entirely.
That means you got to look at Clayton Thorson again.
Well, Thorson's off the team. They cut Thorson.
Oh, I didn't see that. So who the hell's the third string?
They brought in, I think his name is like Schwarrick. I can't remember his last name off the top of my head, but
why don't they just put me the hell out there? What the hell? Let me go. Just let me go. I'll get hit once. I'll be dead. But whatever. I mean, oh God Almighty. What?
And Chris, man, thank you very much. Judge will regret not playing Jones in the preseason since Jones plays really bad last year. Here's what I'll say, man. I completely understand it. And if I was the coach he's playing today,
sorry, Chris. Brian
him not playing a drive or two, I don't think is going to have much influence on how he does in the regular season.
Brian Lewerke.
Yeah, Brian Lewerke, yeah.
Brian Lewerke is going to get worked over, I'm sure, today.
Because, and again, I want him to get some rhythm. There's no doubt about it. I want him to play a drive or two. But do I think that's going to have a major influence when the first unit offensive line's not playing, his weapons aren't no. But again, I'd like to see him out there. I think he will play. If I had to guess, I think the first unit's going to play probably a half in the last game because Jones hasn't played at all this entire preseason.
It's interesting decisions. Not the this is our job anyways to question. As fans, it's always our job to question. That's what we do as fans. Question everything,
Yes.
We're not in a lot. We don't understand. We're not privy to all the information that's going on. So that's just a lot of questions this offseason. And I guess we'll know the answers to those September 12th or whatever day we said. I think it's September 12th, right? Is that the opening?
September 12th is the opening day, yeah.
So September 12th.
Yeah. And Josh, man, thank you very much. In Judge we trust. Hey, man, we have no choice but to trust him. I said it on Twitter today. We can't keep going through coaches every 2 years. We have to. I'm not saying we have to trust that he's definitely going to be the long-term answer, but we have to give this guy a real opportunity. We have to let him, do the things that he does. And there's going to be times where you may feel like last year with the musical chairs with the offensive lineman, trying to develop the young offensive lineman. There's going to be times where you question what he does, and I think a lot of people are going to question some of his decisions here in preseason. But as Giants fans, we have to at least, we have to trust him enough to give him the opportunity to succeed or fail. I think I think we got to give him 4 years, and that's just my opinion. I don't want another coach fired after 2 years. I hope he's making.
No, I don't either.
Yeah,
and not going to succeed. That's what the Jets do.
Yeah,
you're not going to succeed like that. But that's what the Browns did too. You're not going to succeed like that.
And Sports Burner, man, thank you very much. It's literally no point in starting Jones. He has none of his weapons playing. If he gets drilled like Fields did yesterday and he's injured, we're done. Do we really trust Glennon? Well, no. Well, of course, if he ever got hurt, the season's over. We all know that.
Well, he gets hurt the first snap of the season.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
You can't play scared, man.
You can't play scared. Yeah, I agree with that. You can't play scared, but that's obviously the reason he's not playing today.
If Fields get hurt, like I said, man, I the last couple of days I've just been out of the.
Fields didn't get hurt. He just got rocked yesterday. And
you need that. You got to get hit in the NFL, man. You need that. It's good for Fields.
Yeah,
you're going to get a hit eventually, so get it out of the way. That's a big reason I want the starters to play. You got to get hit. You have to. You got to be in football shape. You got to build up the endurance. It's way different. And I only played at the high school level, but I can tell you as a guy that used to run track, there's a difference between working out for track and working out for football. There's a difference between working out in the gym and working out for football. I work my ass off. In the gym, I'm good. You put me on a football field, I'll be dead after a drive. Because I'm not in that kind of shape. There's just – I don't know, man. To me, I guess it's more about conditioning than anything else, and I think that's why I'm a little concerned about this. But I mean, I'm not in the practice. I know Joe Judge conditions these guys very well. We all know that.
Well, we saw
but again, there's
the last practice with them, 2 practices ago, rather, against the Browns. After the practice, there's no denying that he definitely keeps them in good physical condition. But to your point, I definitely see the point where. And definitely, it's definitely great experience to be able to judge your players going up against another team in synchronized scrimmages, which is basically what it was against the Cleveland Browns. But it's a different feel during the game, right? You don't have to worry about getting sacked. You don't have to worry about getting hit midair. So I'm with you, man. I'm not going to flip out about it, but I'm with you that I think Jones should be getting a drive or two in this game, and I think the starting offensive line should be playing. Yeah. Just got to hope that Joe Judge makes the right decision, that it works out. Right. And Roldy, man, thank you very much. It's all BS. Judge acting like Jones is a 5-time Super Bowl champion. He needs to get some reps. Last year, fans made excuses for Jones' bad year because he didn't have preseason. BS. So here's the thing with that, Roldy, and I agree. Again, like I just said, I would have played him today. For me, it wasn't so much not having preseason games. It was just not having an off season. You didn't have training camp. Like he wasn't able to develop any chemistry with his wide receivers in the new scheme, so on and so forth. So preseason games, the starting quarterback typically gets what, maybe 5 or 6 drives throughout the entire preseason.
Yeah,
so
it depends. Usually they play a half at one point, like their dress rehearsal.
Yeah,
usually a half. Well, maybe not even that much. I mean, they might play a quarter now, but yeah, you're right. It's probably 5 or 6. It's not much. They need. Yeah. I say this all the time. The reason, there's a couple of reasons players get hurt nowadays. Okay, number one, they overcondition. I mean, I think that they're too strong, and I've said this all the time. As a guy that works out and understands this, as a guy that's getting old, your tendons don't get stronger. Your tendons can only hold a certain amount of muscle mass. They really can, because these guys are so damn strong. When you're cutting, you put a lot of pressure on your tendons, man. A lot of pressure on your muscles. That's why these guys are always banged up the way they are. But I think the fact that practice is not what it used to be. At least when I go back to when the Giants had training camp up here and they had 2-a-days, maybe they did get hurt, but I don't remember the amount of injuries 15, 20 years ago that they have now, because they used to have 2-a-days. They used to practice really hard. They used to hit each other in practice. Like, they really don't do that stuff anymore. And I think that these guys come out, and like I said, they're not ready for that. Yeah. But, I don't know, man. Again, I'm not an NFL trainer. I'm playing the NFL. It's just my opinion. But it just seems to me like when these guys train harder, yeah, you might get hurt in practice, but you might get hurt just making a cut. I mean, how did Kadarius Toney get hurt? There's no contact. How did Kenny Galladay get hurt? There's just no contact. So how these guys get hurt? You can get hurt just as easily without contact as you can with it. I don't know, man. It's just – I'm old, Chris. I don't know what the hell to tell you. I've been around a long time.
Stephen Lilly from across the pond. He says, oi, you pair of numbnuts, so badly compared you two to spaghetti and meatballs. So who's the sweaty ball? And who's the limpy noodle? If we listen well. I don't know. You know what, Stephen? I'm going to let you decide that. I am not going to decide which one of us is the spaghetti noodle and which one is the meatballs. Yeah. I'll let you decide that. I'm sure Bad probably feels the same way. I don't want to picture myself.
You can decide for yourself in the chat who's who.
Roldy, my man, what's going on, buddy? He says last year's fans made excuses for Jones' step back last year because didn't have preseason, and now fans are saying there isn't any. No, listen, I think there is a point. I think there is a point. Like I said earlier in your last super chat, though, for me, it had a lot more to do with no training camp. Like that was the big thing for me in a new scheme. I thought he was at a tremendous disadvantage. But, yeah, obviously I'm with you, Roldy. Last week I didn't mind him not playing. This week I expected a couple of drives. I did. I expected, maybe not even a quarter, but a couple of drives. I'm with you on that. And V-Man, thank you very much, says, hey, Bad Dog, how hilarious are Rays fans pretending like the Yankees can't overcome a 4-game lead with 30-plus games left? By the way, good luck to your team. Appreciate that, V-Man. Thank you very much.
Well, they got almost 40 games left. And you know what, V-Man? The Yankees just got to keep taking it one game at a time the way they are. We catch the Rays, we catch them. If not, we get the wild card. But, yeah, 4 games. They still got at least 3 with the Rays, the last 3 games of the season with Tampa. So it's very possible to catch them. Nobody's been hotter than the Yankees. They're 30-11 in the last 41 games. They've been unbelievable. That luckily I missed a lot of the game yesterday, but I thought, what was the score? It was 6-0 when I last checked, and I think they won 7-2. I saw Velasquez actually hit a home run, which was pretty freaking cool. When I got to my brother-in-law's house, I watched the end of the game there, but I think it was 7-2. They just been playing really well, and they have a very easy schedule. They play Texas, they play Anaheim, Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, whatever the hell they're called now. The 4 games coming up against Oakland, really big series. And I'll be live for a couple of those. They play late at night, so I'll be live for a couple of those games. I will be back, guys. I'll probably be live later tonight if you want to come by and hang out. Like I said, a lot of you guys know I had a family member pass away the last 2 days. Just been hectic for me. But we'll be back and better than ever, baby. I'm ready for some Yankee baseball.
Yeah, Yankees are starting to play a lot better.
I'm happy with the Yankees. I didn't think I'd be saying that all year, but I'm happy with them.
There's no doubt about it. They're playing a lot better. And Adam, man, thank you very much. Game about to start. He says, you want Jones to play with no KT, Kenny Golladay, or Saquon Barkley. What do you really learn versus the Browns' second and third stringers? Outstanding video with JD. Yeah, JD, you're referring to JD Sports Talk, long-term subscriber of mine. I had a lot of fun on that. Great content, and JD has some good questions. That video was awesome. I appreciate him. Hey, man, he's got a really good channel. He's building it up. He's obviously got a lot of Knicks videos. But, yeah, I mean, listen, I understand both sides of it. You're not going to really be able to get a good gauge on Jones in this game being due to the fact that the Browns aren't playing any of their starters. And I have to think that had a lot to do with why Judge decided not to do it, because he said to himself, I saw him against the first team in practice a lot. The Browns aren't playing any of their starters at all. I'm not going to get a good gauge on Jones anyway. So that I think is the rationalization of it. And the fact that, like you said, he doesn't have a lot of his weapons. I see both sides of it, but I still would have played him a drive or two just for him to get the feel of playing in a game. But for me, it's more the offensive line. I don't really understand why at least part of the first team offensive line isn't playing a little bit more. That to me is the bigger question mark, even more so than Jones.
Guys, I appreciate it in the chat, man. Thank you for the condolences. I do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Jones needs reps. I listen, man, I guess if Judge decided he wasn't playing the first string offensive line, that makes sense to not play Jones, but I'd play them both. Like I said, I'll talk about it more in my post game. I didn't realize any of this stuff was going on until this morning when I saw some comments about how nobody's playing, because, again, I just kind of been off the grid for the last 2 days. But it's weird, but we'll talk about it. And we'll figure it out, man. Just figure it out.
We're ready to go here. I'm not going to pull the super chats up on here. I'll just read them off the phone just because I'm going to be doing the play-by-play, but I'll read them. Entertain the sports brother. Thank you very much. They'll get reasonable time against the Pats. Yeah, I think they'll get. I think they'll get at least a half a play against the Pats. That would be my guess.
Yeah, because they said Barkley might even play. I was watching pregame on NFL Network. They said Barkley may even get some reps because they know New England's not going to do anything dirty to the Giants.
I don't know if I agree with that. I hope he plays in the scrimmages, but I don't know if I put Barkley out there for a preseason game. But we'll see what they ultimately decide to do.
You're not putting Jones out there. What the hell you put Barkley out there for?
Well, because he's yeah, exactly. Right, man, thank you very much. No, I'm talking about next week though. Bad Dog, who are you starting at shortstop? Glaber, Torres, or Velasquez?
Glaber.
Yeah,
I know Velasquez has been a great story. Kid from the Bronx had his first major league home run yesterday. His mom was crying. I get it. That's an awesome story. Glaber's a proven guy. Although I'll be honest, I'm a guy that's like play the hot hand.
Yeah,
Velasquez is a better fielder. I can tell you that.
He made a great play the other day. Kicks away here. CJ Board's going to be returning kicks for the Giants again, and he's going to let that sail over his head. The Giants will set up shop at the 25-yard line. Glennon will be the starting quarterback here in the second preseason.
By the way, Mike Glennon, bald. Okay, got that out of the way.
And Steve Lilly, man, thank you very much. Guys, I'm looking out for this year, Ellerson Smith. A lot of Giants fans are excited about Ellerson Smith, Lilly. And we'll see how much of an opportunity he gets to play this year. But, yeah, definitely could be an impactful situational pass rusher. And Michael Sachs, thank you very much. Hello, fellas. My condolences. Yeah, of course. We've talked about this before. But, yeah, of course, condolences. Yeah, you had a rough weekend, man.
Yeah, I did. We're ready for some football, though, now.
And here's Glennon coming out under center from his own 25. Man in motion, right to left is Board. They're going to give it to Board on the end around. Board's got a lead blocker down the left sideline. He'll pick up 8 as he's tackled out of bounds. That's the second time the Giants do this in the preseason. Same play with Board.
And I can tell you this right now, that's probably going to be a lot of Kadarius Toney. What you just saw there, they're probably going to use Kadarius Toney in that aspect. And obviously, he can do a lot of different things. But, yeah, it's we've seen that end around a couple times here in the preseason.
So it was actually a pickup of 9. It'll be 2nd and 1 for Glennon as they huddle up. He's going to break the huddle. Offset I formation. I think that's Caden Smith in the H-back role. I'm not 100% sure. Takes the snap. Glennon's going to turn. He's going to give it. Nice stutter step up the middle. Oh, a nice run there. That's a pickup of about 7. What was that, Booker?
I think it's Devontae Booker got the start. And, yeah, the offensive line did a good job opening up a hole in the middle. He hesitated a little bit, waited for that hole to open up, and exploded for 9.
Nice run there by Booker on the draw play.
It was.
What's going on there, MY man? What's going on there? Chris L. man, thanks for popping in. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Giants, so 2 run plays to start the drive. They got it at their own 43. Caden Smith in motion. Glennon out of the gun, 3 to the right. High snap, fields it. Looks right. He's going to dump it over the middle of Booker. Booker's going to power forward for about 6. So Booker's looking pretty good so far. It was underwhelming in his first game.
Yeah, that's something Booker can do, too. I mean, he is versatile. He can catch some passes out of the backfield. I mean, he's not a bad backup. I mean, that's pretty much what he's brought in. And like I said, Chris, the thing that I'm looking at the most, and I mentioned this a number of times, just in case anybody heard it, the backup running back position with the Giants is very interesting to me because we don't know how healthy or how much action Barkley's going to see the first few weeks. So it's interesting to see who's going to be the actual backup.
They got Dante Pettis in motion. He's going to go out wide right, trying to compete to make the back end of this roster. Play action for Glennon. Looks left, throws deep. He's just out of the outstretched arm there of Sills. He had him if he hit him in stride. Sills did beat the cornerback there.
He did, and I don't know if Glennon was hurried a little bit there, but it's a throw that you got to make. Sills was able to get free at the last minute, but just a little bit overthrown. I like that they go deep, and I'd like to see a lot of that during the regular season. Extend the field. Stretch the field, maybe. Yeah,
good sign for Sills, obviously creating some separation on the outside. Glennon coming out in the gun. He's going to have Booker lined up wide left here, 3rd and 4, right around midfield. Now he's going to motion Booker back to the backfield. Glennon changes the play at the line of scrimmage, 5 on the play clock, just under 2 minutes into the game. Glennon takes the snap, 3-step drop, looking, cooking. He's going to roll out. Still in time, throws the run. He's got a nice catch on the sideline for a first down.
I thought he dropped that, but I guess he was able to hang on to it. And that's a good move by Glenn. But you see,
they said he did drop it.
He did. I thought that he might have dropped it. I didn't think he had it all the way. I don't know. That's close.
That is close.
They're going to punt.
And they will punt. Let me read a couple of these. JD, man, thank you very much. Great thing about sports is it's a safe haven for personal things we go through in life or when loved ones pass away. Sports is life. JD, man, thank you so much, man.
True, man.
And that's such a true statement. It was great getting to go on your channel. Looking forward to working with you in the future. Tuto, my man, as the Giants setting up the punt here. It'll be Riley Dixon. See if you can pin him inside the 10, then we'll get the Tuto. That's down the left sideline, and fair catch no, he didn't call it fair catch. He fields it at the 9, breaks a tackle, bounces it out to the left to the 15. Tackle down at about the 18-yard line. The Browns will set up shop there.
I'm surprised he didn't fair catch. I thought he would, but good job of Felton to get an extra 10 yards on that. So we'll start at the 19 instead of the 9.
Yeah. And
there's some things right there I just do not – I don't know what commercial you have on. I don't know if this was they
got a Quest Direct.
Okay, I have a Meek Rat commercial. They show bat. I freaking hate bats. Like I hate ugly ass little fucking. My bad. I hate flying.
They're mice with wings. They're mice with wings.
I don't like them. I don't like that. They creep me out, man. I don't like those things. She was an attic full of bats. I used to have nightmares as a kid about bats. I don't like bats. Al Bat's good man, but
I love Al Bats. Love Al Bats. And Tudo says, "Salute, Paisano. Drop by your office to toin on the lights, pay my proper respect, and slap all Eagles fans losers." Tudo, my man, glad to see you, buddy.
Always good to see Tudo.
Right. Oh man, he loves going after the Eagles fans.
He hates him more than me. I didn't think that was possible.
Another thing I want to point out, though, and it's something I've been looking at in the preseason because there's not a whole lot to look at when the first unit's not out there. I thought last year Dixon was very underwhelming. The year before, he was a really good punter. At best, he was mediocre last year. So far in the preseason, he's looked good. He had his first 3 punts. First game were open with inside the 20. He had another punt for 54 yards after that, and another really nice punt here that was fielded out at about the 8 or 9 yard line. So that's a good sign. That's
the underrated aspect of a lot of football is punting and special teams in general. But yeah, I mean, good punt coverage. You saw they kind of missed a couple of tackles, but that's a 10-yard difference. And it does make a difference. If your punter can kick it inside the 5 as opposed to going into the end zone, it's a 15-yard difference. Those are hidden yards in an NFL game that you don't really see. So punter, obviously, Jeff Beagles was big for us back in the day when we were winning Super Bowls because he was able to pin teams, especially when you have a good defense like we do. You really want to get them pinned back against their own end zone where the defense can make a play. He's obviously got to have a bounce-back season.
And Alvaro, thank you very much. Chris and Bad Dog, you the GOATs, the dynamic duo. I'm in Orlando, about to hop on a plane back to Chile. Let's go Giants. Alvaro, man, I appreciate that, man.
Safe travels, buddy.
And safe travels, man. Yeah, get back to Chile good, man. And Nick, man, thank you very much. This stream is brought to you by Faruqi and Faruqi. If my mods can put that in the chat, I appreciate that, Nick. Official sponsor. Well, I don't have the green screen today, but normally it would be up there. Official sponsor of the channel. But thank you to everybody for being here. I appreciate it, man. What's up, Tim? And they got Zimenez out there, so he's potentially part of the first unit. We'll see the rest of the lineup that they got out there for the Giants. as the Browns will come out. I think it's Case Keenum under center. Offset I formation from their own 19. 5-step drop, has time, throws. He's got a man caught at the 25, and he's dropped there.
Reggie Ragland out there with Julian Love with the tackle.
So pickup of about 6. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Not that a lot of stars are out there now, but when we get to regular season football, this is a unit I'm excited to watch. I love the defense. I'm excited to watch the defense.
Their defense, and that was Mondre Harper on that tackle. It'll bring up a 2nd and 3. They got 7 yards. Going to get to that when I can, Darren. Here we go. Keenum coming out under center from his own 26. 2nd and 3. Looks left. He's going to dump it down over the middle. Got a man, and he's tackled down there for about a pickup of maybe 7. It'll be a first down for the Browns. Downs on the tackle for the Giants.
The Jets did a lot of that in game 1. A lot of underneath stuff.
Yeah. And Darren, man, thank you very much. Is it the rabies why you hate bats?
No, look at them. They're just freaky looking little mice with wings. Like mice never fly. They're just freaky looking things.
They're repulsive animals.
They're gross. They do eat mosquitoes, though. I mean, that's
11:46 to go here in the first. Keenum coming out under center. He's going to turn. He's going to give it. Nice cutback run here. Breaks a tackle at the 40, 45, all the way up to the 48. Brought down by Julian Love as Johnson gets it to close to midfield for the Browns.
Is that still Duke Johnson? Like, I don't know the Cleveland backups at all.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I know he left Cleveland, but he might have come back. I don't know.
Johnson's a very popular last name, so
yeah.
Where's Max? He'll know. If sports expert's in here, he's a Browns fan. He'll know who the hell it is.
Yeah, exactly. Tudo says, for every Giants losing game this season, more Eagles fans will have broken noses and missing front teeth. They should pray and cheer for every New York Giants game. Here we go. Keenum under center, man in motion left to right. Takes the snap, little play action. Now they're going to try and end arounds. Got a lead blocker to the 45. Dives forward to the Giants 40. So a good start to this first drive for the Browns.
It's interesting to see both teams using like little misdirections, getting the ball to receivers. Very interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they did that twice now, I think, on this drive, if I'm not mistaken.
Joe Judge.
Joe Judge and Stefanski showing their height.
I say, young Joe Judge. She's still younger than my old ass.
Yeah, what is he, 39 now still?
He's something.
And Rolly, thank you very much. I told you guys a while ago I'm excited with caution, but if this season goes downhill, it's going to be a disaster. I pray we have a good winning season. Yeah, well, I agree with that, Rolly. I think this season could be a disaster, but I also think it's fair to go in with much higher expectations this year. Keenum, play action. He's going to look. He's going to check it down. It's going to be a tight end screen. Good lead blocker up to the 27. But again, I'm not going to flip out over these games because we don't have our starters out there. It's nothing.
Nobody's out there. I mean, if you're looking at starters, maybe Julian Love and B.J. Hill is a starter. But other than that, Zimenez, is he really a starter?
He might be. I mean, he'll get time, but probably not a starter. Right. McKinney's out there. Yeah. But, yeah, he's not part of the first team either with Logan Ryan and Peppers. So here we go. Browns got it here at the 27-yard line. Offset I formation, man in motion right to left. Giants with a 4-man front. He'll take the snap. Keenum's going to turn. He's going to give it. He's going to try to turn the corner, and he does. Deep in the Giants' area to the 15. And McKinney with a nice tackle there down at the 9, but a big gain for the Browns.
Yeah, I mean, again, the Jets are kind of able to do this. They had a good push up front. And the Giants bent a lot but didn't break in that Jets game. But you're seeing the same type of thing. It's a lot of underneath stuff, a lot of running to the outside where the Giants just don't get out there. But again, you take it for what it's worth in a preseason.
Yeah, Julian
Love not lose 35-0.
Yeah, Julian Love had a poor tackle there. Could have had him for 5 yards less. So Keenum coming out under center from the Giants 9. It'll be 1st and goal. Tight end in motion, left to right, offset I formation. Giants with a 4-man front. Turns, gives it. Giants get a good push. He's still able to push it to the outside. This time Love's in on the tackle, and I think he got about a yard, maybe 2 yards. My TV's starting to pixelate, but 2nd and goal from the 7.
Yeah, Cleveland actually got a good – they did stuff him, but then the Browns offensive line comes in there and gives them an extra push right there. 70 got him an extra yard. It's Patrick Graham.
And let me read Levi real quick. Thank you so much. Hello, GOATs. Y'all don't realize what y'all mean to the Giants fan base. Most mainstream analysts are clowns when it comes. I appreciate that, Levi, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Levi. I appreciate it, buddy.
You're the man, dude. And David, I'll get to that in 1 second. I'm going to call the next play. It'll be 2nd and goal from the Giants 7. Keenum coming out under center.
Good defense.
2 wide set. Drops back to pass. Good blitz pickup. Throws. Got him. Oh, a good play there by Harper to break it up in the corner of the end zone.
Yeah, he had him, and he was wide open. But Harper with the good recovery and again, the good ability to knock the ball free. I don't know who that was for Cleveland. He got to catch that ball. But Harper, he got beat at the beginning, but definitely a good recovery and active hands knocking the ball away.
That was Rashad Higgins in the corner of the end zone. Never dropped it. And David, man, thank you very much. I vote for Chris and Bad Dog to take over for Papa and Banks when they retire. You two are awesome. Go Giants. Appreciate that, David.
I'm ready, Chris. Whenever you want to take over, let's go.
I'm in. So here we go. Tight end in motion, left to right. Keenum out of the gun from the Giants 7. 8:09 to go here in the first. Giants showing blitz. They come with it. Aggressive here. Keenum steps up in the pocket, buys time. He's going to roll out to the right. And a great tackle by Jimenez.
Yep, it was. That's why, Giants fans are a little bit disappointed in Jimenez because he shows the athletic talent there. He came a long way out, made a nice ankle tackle, and, that's holding the 3 because there was some open space out there and probably a wide open receiver, So good job by – they're going to go for this?
No, they got a kick here. 4 from the 8, right?
They're going for it.
Wow. I mean, it's preseason, I guess, but an unbelievable tackle there by Jimenez. Nice ankle tackle. So it'll be from the 7 here. Jimenez coming out under center. Higgins in motion left to right. Giants had the second best red zone defense in football last year. Giants will come with a blitz. They pick it up. Looks left, throws. Oh, a great catch over Madre Harper. They went to the same play they went to last time when Harper broke it up. This time it works. Yeah,
as a good throw and a good catch. But on 4th and 7, you can't allow this to happen. I mean, it's just, it's a good throw, but you can't allow that type of thing to happen. The Giants do get aggressive with the blitz. They found the one-on-one coverage there, and Harper just a bit late. McKinney was like, nope, but it was good.
So 6-0 Browns here as they score on the opening drive. Nice catch there by Higgins, made up for or Hodge, actually. It was a different receiver this time, made up for the drop last time. And Tuto, man, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. He says, love the fact that in Coach Coughlin, every single player, hard to work, hard and compete to earn the position 24/7, 365 non-stop. Yeah, I think that's what we like about Judge. He's demanding. Something the Giants haven't had in quite some time for a head coach, Tuto.
Yeah.
Well, let me check the scoreboard real quick. 7-0 Cleveland as the Giants will take over for their second drive. Obviously, not a great drive there by the Giants defense. Browns ran it at will for the most part, much like the first game against the Jets. Jets didn't score a touchdown, but first couple of drives for the Jets, they were able to move the ball pretty easily against the Giants' defensive front as well. Again, like we said, second teamers, but good. Not a good first drive for the Giants defense.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we've seen them kind of get pushed around up front and a lot of outside stuff. Teams are able to seem like they're able to go wide and again, just dump a lot of stuff underneath. So. Again, it's preseason. You take it for what it's worth. The backups are in there, but you're playing against the other team's backups, so it's not like you're going against the first teamers. You'd like to see them show a little bit better than that.
Yeah. And Yuri says, "Where's old Jalari? He's not starting today. Nobody's starting today. None of the starters are starting for the most part on either side of the ball. So yeah, that's why he's not out there. I mean, I guess it shows you that he's probably going to be in the starting lineup if he's not playing today.
Right. No one's surprised.
That's the way I would take it.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't even get to the damn store for beer this morning, man. I wanted to, but
I didn't get the beer. He had Kona in his fridge. So that's what I'm having. I'm having Kona.
I'm sure I have in my fridge. I don't want that. I don't want that. Well,
it's good. You don't like the Kona? It's good.
No, it's Corona Premier. I'm not a big fan of that. DWG brought it. I'm not going to complain about the free beer. Plus, it was sitting out here, and it got warm, and then I put it in the fridge. I don't know how good that's going to be. Probably just end up dumping it. There's only a couple cans in there. I
don't know. Somebody said y'all tripping way too much. Ash Money says, I'm assuming he's talking to people in the chat. If people are flipping out over a preseason game, guys, get a beer, relax, maybe smoke a little ganja. I don't know what to tell you.
The 420 crew.
You need to chill out if you're flipping out over a preseason game in which the Giants aren't playing any of their starters. Okay. Yeah. I'm pissed my Costco took away Delirium. I love Delirium. Delirium's a good beer, man.
It is. Like I said, man, I want to get some Chimay for week 1. Chimay. That's the best. Delirium, same thing, but the Belgian beer is great. But I'm definitely a Chimay Grand Reserve guy.
Let's see what we got here. If it was James Bradbury, then let's freak out. But it was, nobody from the starting defense or offense is out there.
Right.
But here we go. Browns set to kick it away. 7:19 to go here in the first. Browns lead by a touchdown after the first drive.
Yeah, Burrs.
Our backups are up on both sides of the ball. I mean, Here we go. Giants.
One drive. It's one drive, guys.
Yeah, I mean,
the Giants had a pretty decent drive. They had a chance for a couple catches. They just didn't do it. But, I mean, I don't think the offense looked horrible. With Thorson in there, they looked terrible against the Jets. I didn't think that was that bad of a drive.
No. As a matter of fact, they were this close to picking up the first down.
Yeah. I didn't think that was bad. I thought Glennon did pretty good in that first drive.
I thought Bachman caught it at first. And, obviously it ended up not being called a catch. Booker looked good. That was a positive. He didn't look that good in the first game. So here we go. Glennon coming out under center. Caden Smith in motion left to right. Browns with a 3-man front. He'll take the snap. Glennon's going to turn. He's going to give it again to Booker on the draw play. And a good push there by Booker to push forward for about 5.
That was a good move. A little hesitation, kind of off guard there. And, good get. Anytime you're getting 3, 4, 5 yards on first down the run, you can do so much offensively. So that is something that, as Giants fans, we got to hope. The offensive line did a better job of run blocking than they did pass blocking. But with Barkley in there, if you're getting positive yards and you're playing in front of the chains, you're gonna be good offensively.
Yeah, you're gonna have big play opportunities for sure. And Glennon coming out in the gun here, 2nd and 5. Booker still in the game, 2 to the right in a bunch formation. They're gonna throw a screen pass out to Pettis. Pettis shakes left, goes right, and he's gonna push forward for a first down, gain of about 7.
It's funny. I know Pettis wears 13. Every time I see it, I just think of Odell Beckham, which obviously they still talk about. Can we just stop talking about Odell Beckham? Can we just – who cares if John Merritt – why do we have to talk about this guy?
I'm with you on Beckham.
Taylor with how much they talk about.
I'm going to be honest, Bad Dog. I was actually surprised, and let me get to these real quick. Darren, man, thank you very much. Only stressors should be bettors. Yeah, well, you should be stressing if you're betting on a preseason game to begin with.
Yeah, that's right.
And here we go. Glennon coming out under center from his own 36. Offset eye. Glennon 5-step drop, looks left, comes back over the middle. And again, they're going to check it down. This time, I think it might have been to Clement.
I think that's Penny. I think it's Penny. That was a good adjustment. Ball's a little bit behind him. But, that's one thing Joe Judge wants, is a fullback that can catch. And you and I love the offset eye. So keep Penny on the team. Yeah,
good to see Penny get involved a little bit in the offense there. 2nd and 3. He's actually a pretty good pass catcher for a fullback.
Yeah.
Not known for his blocking. He's not like a great blocker for a fullback, but he's a pretty good pass catcher. So here we go. Glennon's going to motion Caden Smith to the right. He's coming out under center. 2nd and 3 from his own 43. He's got Pettis still in the game. Weird formation here. He's going to turn. He's going to give it. Nice stutters. What up? Booker's looking good today, Bad Dog. Nice spin move, bounce off a tackler, picks up 5 first down.
Boy, that was a really nice move, a little sidestep there by Booker, found the hole and got the first down. Yeah, he's definitely looked way better today than he did in the first game.
He's coming to play, man. And Horny Tana, thank you very much. What's up? Looking Smexy Tana, Bad Dog, you as well. We appreciate that, Horny Tana.
Appreciate it, buddy.
And L.A. Lou, thank you very much. Good. I'm going to read that when I can. We got the next play coming up. Glennon coming out under center, right around midfield from the Giants 48. Play action, rolling, strolling, throws, and maybe a gain of 1. I think he had Caden Smith there as he threw against his body. 2nd and 9. Dangerous throw there, Bad Dog.
This was a good catch, though. I mean, you like to see the tight end secure the catch. We don't really have a tight end that does that. Even if it's 3 yard. By the way, 4:20 to go in the first quarter. 4:20 to go in the first quarter. 4:20 crew. You know what to do. Smoke because you got it. 4:20 to go.
2nd and 9. Lou says, good to see the G-Men back in action going to the Rams game. I'll read the rest of it after this play. Shotgun formation here for Glennon. He's going to motion the wide receiver to the left from the 49. Takes the snap, and he's going to try another draw play here to Booker. And I'm impressed with Booker today.
That was a good second effort by Devontae Booker. Again, looked like he was stopped for maybe a yard gain, ends up getting 5, and it's going to be 3rd and very manageable here for the Giants. And I think if you're Joe Judge, you're kind of in no man's land. I think this is 4-down territory. It's preseason. Why not work on it?
Booker looking impressive, man. Even if it's the second unit, he's bouncing off tackles. He's finding the holes. I've been impressed with Booker in this game. Lou says, going to the Rams game, turning out to be a great event in life. Yeah, that looks like a great stadium. Go Giants, take down the East. We sure hope so. Lou, I'll get to yours next. Here we go. Glennon coming out in the shotgun formation. Man in motion, it's Bachman. He went to Bachman last time in this situation. 3rd and 3. Glennon looks right. He tried to go to Bachman. Now he comes back left, hits Booker in the flat. Booker makes a man miss. First down to the 40, all the way down to the 38.
See, now this is something I want to see from Daniel Jones. Glennon looks right. First read, second read, not there. Comes back to the running back in the flat to get the first down. That is what I want to see from Daniel Jones. He went through his regressions quick, not there. Go over to the right, find the first down. Continue the drive. That's what I want to see from Daniel Jones. That type of play right there. Doesn't need to be a touchdown. Just those little things right there. Good job by Glennon.
1st and 10. And I'll tell you what, man. Booker dressing to impress today.
He looks good today.
Pettis coming out in motion. They got 3 to the right. Glennon out of the gun. Glennon's going to change the play. Takes the snap, and the TV froze on me because of the rain. Hopefully this doesn't happen all game. Drops back to pass. Got a man over the middle. That's caught. Down to the 13-yard line. Reason John.
Yeah, look at the man from Canada getting it down inside the 15-yard line. Good throw by Glennon. In between a couple of defenders, right on the money. And again, a tight end catching the ball.
Hey, man, I was pretty impressed with Reese John in the first game. And a nice route ran there. Bobbled it a little bit, but he was still able to hold it in. And one thing you could say about Glennon, Bad Dog, he definitely has his faults. And I'm going to get to those super chats in a minute, guys. He definitely has his faults. He's got a very strong arm.
He's a backup. He's better than Colt McCoy.
Yeah. Glennon takes the snap, turns, and Booker dancing, prancing in the backfield. Nowhere to go. He gets a yard.
I'll tell you what, Glennon's look good. It's good to say. I mean, you never know. I mean, hopefully Daniel Jones is healthy, but the last 2 years he has missed time. So it's good to see. I mean, again, he's going against third string defenders, so I'm not going to get out of hand. But it is – I like the play where he went through progressions, got the first – like that. Those little things to me mean a lot. And
John will go to the bench after the catch from the previous play. Lou, thank you very much. Bald head gang.
Oh, Lou, you know it, baby.
And Tuto, will get to you in 1 second. 2nd and 9 here for Glennon from the 13. Minute 19 to go. Takes the snap out of the gun. Looks right. Throws right. Got a man. Caught at the 2. And C.J. Board's going to go to the 1. He's still going. Down to the 1-yard line. C.J. Board.
He sniffed that goal line, man. He wanted that. He just didn't have
that touchdown.
He's trying so hard.
Nice catch, though, in traffic. Was able to push forward as he hit him on the slant pattern.
Yeah.
So we'll see if they can pound this in. Booker deserves the touchdown, man. Give it to Booker.
And I think they're coming out in an I formation here, which you know I love, Chris. We love.
And that's exactly what they got.
I formation, 2 tights. Yeah, let's go.
They got Penny in there, lead blocker. Glennon under center. Punch it in right down their throat, right down the gullet. Booker in the backfield. Glennon takes the snap. That's what they're going to try to do. And Booker sails forward for a touchdown.
I love it, Chris. Don't screw around. Just line up, 2 tights, I formation, fullback in there, jumbo formation, pound it in. And tie this game up. I love it. Good drive by the Giants.
Stand up, New York Giant fans. Hopefully we get to say that a lot more this regular season. Devontae Booker goes sky high for 6.
Looking good today, man. It's encouraging to see Devontae Booker. Again, we can't you got, it's a second string guys, right? But he can't help who he's playing against. He could be looking really bad. He looked bad against the Jets second strings, but he's played a good game today. Giants did way better today than he did against the Jets.
And Tudo, man, thank you very much. Never panic for preseason games. They're all wannabes hustling to get a job. Forget about it. Please bring us a few cold Peronis. I'm going to be having a Peroni next stream, no doubt about it. Snap, hold, kick. Good. Giants tied up 7 apiece.
It's time for me to go piss.
Go piss. I'm gonna go
I was made to a cold quarter, but I'll be right back. I'll wait till the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, we got 32 seconds. Jeremy, man, thank you very much. My 2 favorite Giants fans. How you all 2 been? Jeremy, thank you so much for popping in. And it's just fun, man, to be back on live Bad Dog calling these games, and can't wait to be doing this all year again. And hopefully we have a lot more happy moments this year.
Listen, like I said, the first game was just good to do football, and my man DWG here, but it just wasn't the same. It just wasn't the same. Like I need my whatever the hell Stephen Lilly called us, limp noodle arm and sweaty balls. Whatever the hell it is. It's good to be calling the games with Chris again, man. We're back at home, baby. We're back home.
And I saw Roldy ask where I'm located. Not Roldy, rather Authentic ask where I'm located today. My friend is actually on vacation, so I'm dog sitting with the hurricane. So I'm making sure that, everything's okay because we didn't know. I'm about to lose him. George, man, thank you very much. Giants backup still better than the Mets starters. That's very true. And Roldy, man, thank you very much. I'm not upset that we're losing in preseason. I try to look at individual players. Chris, stop saying we have our second, third stringers out there. The Browns have their second, third stringers. Depth is an issue. I'm not going to flip out over a preseason game, Roldy. And everybody's entitled to root for the team the way they want to. If you're going to flip out over it, more power to you. I am not. I'm going to be relaxed. I'm going to be cool. I'm going to enjoy this game. It's second and third teamers. I'm not going to go crazy.
So somebody has to channel the games on. So if you're in the New York area, maybe the tri-state area, NBC, it's also on NFL Network. Chris and I watch on NBC because I don't know if it's blacked out on NFL Network, but it is on NFL Network. That game is supposed to be on there.
Yes. And Darren, man, thank you very much. I have under 34.5 in the game. You're not looking great right now. I hope you win, though.
Darren is a gambler.
There's no doubt about it. But I love him.
I can't wait for a college football. That's what I like to throw my money out there. But I suck at NFL. I can't win in the NFL. I can't. Maybe I should bet preseason. Maybe I got a chance.
Yeah.
I suck. I might as well play rock, paper, scissors with Nick Sirianni if I'm going to bet on a damn NFL game.
And Hamid, man, thank you so much. Says, stand up, fellas. I'm very disappointed I didn't get to see DJ some reps. Yeah, I wanted to see him. I think we all wanted to see him. Brown's turn. They give it, and Ragland on the tackle picks up 4 up the middle. But, yeah, we talked about that earlier, Hamid. You know, I guess I get some of the reasoning, but I think we all wanted to see him, man. And you go to the bathroom, not bad.
I'm going in the bathroom. Maybe Eddie Bush is in there. I don't know. We'll be right back. I'm Eddie Bush when it comes to gambling. I can tell you that.
I'm going to change the quarter right now. I'm going to read off a couple of these for you guys. Levi, man, thank you very much. What did you all say about betting on preseason? Hey, man, if you guys have fun, man. If you bet on preseason, there is no denying it. You are a gambler, and I wish you nothing but the best. I hope every one of you guys win as long as you're betting for the Giants. L.A. Lou, man, thank you very much. Glennon looked good on that drive. He's a good game manager. Just don't ask to carry the game. He can control the clock when everything is working. Lou, people are flipping out about the backup quarterback last week. He's a backup quarterback. And I think the majority of the people that are flipping out, they're more so nervous about Daniel Jones. But at the end of the day, this year's about Daniel Jones. We have to find out what Daniel Jones is. Getting a great backup quarterback, it's not going to mean much. They're going to leave Daniel Jones in there, and we're going to find out if he's the guy. And hopefully he doesn't get hurt. But I think Glennon is more than suitable to be a backup quarterback. The guy has 45 touchdowns and I think like 28 picks for his career. He's a solid backup quarterback. He's not a guy that you want to play like every backup quarterback, but I think he's a solid backup quarterback. And Levi, man, thank you very much. I went 9-1 last night in preseason, bet every game with value. How do you all think I afford to donate? I guess
if you're winning, that's a good thing.
As long as you're winning. Hey, listen, Bad Dog, at the end of the day, a preseason game that you bet on if you win is better than a regular season game that you lose.
Hell yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter what you bet on. If you win, it's a good thing.
You know, so if you were 9 for 10, man, I got to start taking betting tips from you, Levi.
I don't think I win 9 games all year when I bet on the NFL. I suck. I don't know. I really do. The only thing I can say is I play parlays, so a lot of times I don't hit those. But I did win money on the Giants a lot this year because I kept taking them with the points, and they kept covering. They played a lot of close games. So I did okay with the Giants. But the one year in college, I bet Ohio State every week. I did really good. That was always my thing. I picked like a college team every year. I'm like, they're going to cover, they're going to cover, they're going to cover. It's usually Oklahoma. I don't know. Oklahoma's spreads are enormous.
Yeah. Well, anybody in the Big 12 always puts up ridiculous points. And Tudo, man, thank you very much. What is the difference between Bill Clinton and the Philadelphia Eagles player? Clinton can score plus the 2 points conversation. There you go, Tudo.
The Eagles didn't score the other night.
What is a vending machine and Monica Lewinsky have in common?
I don't know.
They both say, please insert Bill here. I tried. Wordman, stand up. What's going on, Wordman? Thanks for popping in. And True Apple says, what's up, guys? I think I'm officially a degenerate. Well, I hope you win, my man. Thank you so much for being here.
I love degenerates. Let's go.
So here we go. We're back at it. Browns got it from their own 29-yard line. Shotgun formation here. You get a motion the running back out wide left. Empty backfield now for Keenum from his own 29. 4 wide set. Giants with a 4-man front. He'll take the snap, drops, but nice spin move up the middle, but he was able to throw it under pressure, and a great recovery there by the Browns receiver on the slant pattern. I had to go back and get it for about a gain of 15.
Yeah, throws a little bit behind him. Nice adjustment there. And Cleveland, again, this is what the Giants did against the Jets. They gave up a lot of first downs. Cleveland did punch it in. The Jets had a hard time punching it in. But, you know.
Yeah. And what's going on? And we got time. What's going on, Cheyenne? Thanks for popping in. Leon in the chat. Here they are from their own 42. Drops back to pass. Got a man out in the flat court. And he breaks a tap. Mondre Harper struggled a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Struggling a lot, but
a lot of it.
I know it's fun. I mean, again, it's preseason, but no flags so far in this game.
Yeah. Good point. Which is good. You know, obviously no holding penalties, no offsides. You guys going down to DJ's after the game? Forget. What's up, Mike, man? Thanks for popping in. 2nd and 2 14:03 to go here in the second. He's going to motion the running back out wide left. Empty backfield again for Keenum. They've come out with this formation a lot here. 2nd and 2. Drops back to pass, throws, got a man. It's the running back out in the flat little stiff arm down the sideline, pushed out of bounds into Giants territory.
That's a bad job by Downs. I mean, you got to make the tackle. It's just, but again, the Jets did a lot of this. It was those quick outs, those quick slants, a lot of underneath stuff. And going against the zone.
That was the rookie Felton from UCLA. So it'll be 1st and 10 here, I think, from the 38 as Downs got exposed there in coverage. I don't think he'll be making this team.
No, probably not.
13:29 to go. Here's Keenum out of the gun. Man in motion left to right. Keenum takes the snap from the Giants 38, turns, gives on the handoff. Felton up the middle for a gain of 7, down to the 31.
And again, nice little jump cut, found the hole, got a good gain on 1st down. So, I mean, he's had a good half as Felton.
Yeah, he has. He's a good pass catcher too. I think he played a little bit of receiver too at UCLA, if I'm not mistaken. If I remember during the draft, he was a guy I was looking at in the later rounds. George, man, thank you very much. If you had the first pick in fantasy, who are you picking? Probably C-Mac, probably McCaffrey.
It's a good question because we got the 2nd pick, and I don't know who the hell to pick.
Drops back to pass. Keenum's got his man over the middle, and he's going to just pick up the 1st down. Gain of about 4 for the tight end, Davis.
My buddy picked Barkley last year, the 2nd overall pick, and he said, "You know how that?" He goes, "Now you know why we're picking 2nd overall again."
Well, this is healthy. He's obviously in the discussion, but you can't pick him.
I can't do it. I don't know, man. I don't know who's available because we have 2 keepers, so I don't know who the hell's camp. Because I've been in this league in 2 years, so
they're lucky they didn't get hit for a flag there. Looked like a late hit there for the Giants. 1st and 10 from the 28. They're going to turn. They're going to give it. Tries to pop it outside. Giants get great penetration this time, and Zimenez cleans up for a loss of 2.
Harrison, one of the Browns having it was a little chippy between these 2 teams during the practices, from what I understand.
Yeah.
Obviously, I get a lot of messages on Instagram. I saw a lot of thing about Shepard and was it Hill squaring off.
Yeah.
Nobody talked about it.
Little fist fight.
You fight against the other team. That's good. Don't fight against yourselves.
Trent Harris, by all accounts, has actually had a pretty good training camp. He was the first one in on that play. 2nd and 12 here from the 30, and again an empty backfield for the Browns. Takes the snap. Keenum drops back to pass, throws a floater, and just out of the outstretched hands there of Felton. He's really been targeting the running back on this drive.
I'll tell you what, that was a good job by Keenum to get rid of the ball. I know how you get Carter Coughlin lined up in a running back on the outside. That's not what you want to see. Coughlin did what he could do, but Love got over there late, so that's not good. Love's got to get over there sooner than that.
That is a mismatch from hell right there. Giants
don't want that.
Yeah. 3rd and 12.
Coughlin turning and running with a running back. It's not a good matchup.
Get that in a second, Tudo. Here we go. Shotgun formation here. For Giants showing blitz. They'll come with 4. Drops back. I'll tell you what, man. One thing I'll say as the Giants break that pass up, good, and they're going to call. But the Giants have actually gotten really good interior pressure on this drive.
Again,
with a sack, but they've gotten a lot of good pressure.
Again, Coughlin should not be out there on coverage, and that is pass interference. So you can't argue with that. He never turned to look for the ball and engage a wide receiver, so it'll be 1st down for Cleveland. But who was that got good pressure up the middle? I thought there was a hold on Cleveland.
Yeah, they've been getting good pressure this entire drive. And Tudo, man, thank you very much. What's the difference between the Philadelphia Eagles fan and a large pepperoni pizza? The large pie can feed a family of 4 and the neighbors. There you go.
The large pepperoni also has good taste, unlike the Eagle fans.
That's true also. That's a good point. Kobe, man, thank you very much. Nothing beats watching the Giants on a side level. Thank you guys for being here. We appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Wow.
Keenum under center, play action, rolling, strolling, under pressure again, and Franks with a diving catch. They're going to say he was in. Pickup of about 2.
Great catch. Yeah, next week they play Sunday too, which is weird. The Giants usually play at Friday night was usually their time, so they got another Sunday game next week.
2nd and 8. Good play there by Keenum.
I don't think he caught it. You're not going to challenge it. I don't know if both of his feet got down, but great effort.
I think they did.
For 2 yards, there's no reason to bother.
Yeah. 2nd and 8. And I'll get to the rest of these in a second. Here we go. Coming out under center is Keenum. Man in motion at the 12, takes the snap, turns, gives, tries to pop it outside. Giants good closing speed there, as that was Nico Lalos, who was a pretty good player for them last year, pickup of 2.
Yeah, Lalos has a motor that doesn't quit. You love those full effort guys. And obviously, when you don't have a ton of talent, you need to be a full effort guy, which is why if you're really talented guys are full effort guys, they're some of the best, which is why, like I said, my man Uncle Lou is down on Lorenzo Carter because he's got all the talent in the world. He just doesn't play like that.
Yeah. Shotgun formation here for Mayfield. I would assume they're going to go for it again if they don't get it. They went for it on 4th and 8 last time right around here. Mayfield out of the gun. 3 wide set. Giants come with 6. Drops back. Good blitz pickup. Keenum steps up, and it's picked off in the end zone. Giants have to take this one out. It's Wilson. Wilson to the 10, to the 15. Probably should have nailed it. You lost 5 yards. But regardless, a big interception there for the Giants as they bend, but don't break.
That's right. Not a good throw there by Keenum. Obviously didn't see the underneath coverage. And, again, good pressure. But, that's just not a good read by Keenum. And, yeah, Wilson, you got to go down. You're 8 yards deep in the end zone. You got to take a knee. But it doesn't matter. It's obviously a big play there. And we'll take over at the 15.
9:55 to go here in the second. John B., what's going on, man? Bad Dog, how about those Yanks? Booker looks good. Go, John. Booker's look great, John. But Bad Dog, speak on your Yankees record.
And, John, Booker ain't looked as good as the Yankees, man. Let's go Yankees. Listen, who the hell knew the Yankees even had it? Halfway through the season, I'm like, this team sucks. This team ain't going to change. I don't know what the hell changed. Greg Allen came up here. Greg Allen's an underrated guy. Greg Allen came up here, stole bases, bunted. You saw – listen, all I screamed about all year about the Yankees, play fundamental baseball. Bunt, take extra bases, steal bases. The Yankees have stole 31 bases in the last 20 games. They stole 20 bases the first 90 games, okay? So they're going to right field. How many home runs have we seen Judge and Stanton hit to the opposite field? All I did all year, play fundamental baseball, steal bases, bunt, hit the ball the other way. Hey, who knew? You play fundamental baseball, you win. Who knew? You throw analytics out the window and you win games. Who knew?
Yep. Hey, I'm a big proponent of small ball too, so I'm with you on that. That's why I prefer National League. It's more small ball.
Definitely. A lot more strategy involved in the National League, I can tell you that.
And Stephen Lilly, man, thank you very much. All the NBA streams I watched, and the only thing you said I understood was book it. We got Booker on our team. You haven't said it once. Oh, my God, you're right, Lilly. I'm going to have to say that when Booker has a big run. That's a good call, Lilly. Hey, man, that's my 3-point call. I say book it. But you're right, Lilly. When Booker has a big run from now on, you're going to get a book it out of me, Lilly. Good call on that.
Yeah, but my 3-point call ain't coming anywhere near football, so we're good. You can't throw many sandwiches. Unless a guy kicks a 90, like a 60-yard field goal, I guess you're hitting it into the net. That could be a Swiss cheese sandwich.
Ryan Clayman, thank you very much. Sup, guys? Got COVID on the second day of school. I'll be with you all I'm sorry to hear that, Ryan, man. I hope you feel better soon.
Recover, baby. Recover.
Thank you so much for being here, buddy. But, yeah, hopefully you get better soon, man. Who did the Knicks pick up, Ray? Said the Knicks got Evan Fournier, who's a pretty good player. He averages about, 16, 17 points a game. He stretches the floor. They got Kemba Walker. I'm sure you know who he is, coming off the injury. And they brought back their whole bench. They brought back Nerlens Noel. They brought back Derrick Rose. They brought back Alec Burks. They brought back their entire bench. So they kept the team intact for the most part. It made a couple of nice additions.
Yep. Offset eye. My favorite.
Offset eye is right here for Glennon from his own 15 after the interception. 9:55 to go here in the second. Man in motion is Bachman. And I think this time they got Clement in the backfield. Play action. Glennon rolls, strolls, throws, and he just missed him.
Yeah.
Separation there. He just missed
that
him.
Wasn't a good throw. Willis was wide open down the sideline in the Jets game, and Thorson missed him by 10 yards. That's a good route, but Willis has done all right. I mean, he scored the touchdown against the Jets. He was open there. It's just a missed throw by Glennon.
Yeah, you got to hit him there.
It's Dr. Garrett's fault, Chris.
Well, you didn't know, Bad Dog? Jason Garrett was the reason that COVID out.
Jason Garrett's the reason that everything happens.
Jason Garrett's the reason it's raining today.
It's not raining up here yet.
Glennon coming out in the shotgun here, 2nd and 10 from his own 15. Takes the snap, draw play there to Clement. Clement, little stutter step, and that's a pretty solid run there for not much to go with. He loses his helmet, picks up 3.
They'll have to come off the field. I'm pretty sure. Don't they have to go off the field when they lose their helmet? Or is that just
I didn't know that.
I thought maybe it's just college. I thought when they lost their helmet on a play that they had to go off the field. I guess not. He stayed in there. So
And Adam, I'm going to get to that 1 second, my man. It'll be a 3rd and 7 here for the Giants. 9:22 to go here in the second. Glennon coming out under now it's going to be a shotgun formation. 3rd and 7 from his own 18. Man in motion is Bachman. Clement to his left. Glennon changes the play. Browns with a 4-man front. 5 on the play clock, takes the snap. Browns come with a stunt. Drops back, throws over the middle. He's got him, but he's going to be a yard short. Bachman.
Great tackle. And a great tackle is all Bachman has to do is spin the other way. And, I mean, any miss of a tackle here, it's a first down. Great tackle out there by the linebacker for Cleveland, and Giants off the punt. That's just a good tackle.
Yeah.
Great. But I hate seeing guys run these routes a yard short of the sticks. The Giants seem to do this all the time. 3rd and 8, they get 7. 3rd and 2, they get 1. 3rd and 11, they get 10. You got to run the route past the sticks. You got to run the route past the sticks.
Yep. 4th and 1, they come up a yard short, and the Giants will be forced to punt it here. Dixon had a good punt his first time, and here it goes. High flying punt. This one a little short, picked up there at the 30 to 35, down at about the 40. So the Browns have good field position.
Yeah, that wasn't a great punt by Dick. Not a lot of hang time on that. Not very deep either. So Cleveland will have good field position.
And Adam, man, thank you very much. What's up, guys? Blue. Adam, man, thank you so much for popping in, man. Hopefully you enjoy the stream, and hopefully you're enjoying the game.
Ooh.
So what do you think so far, Bear? What's your obviously again second, third team? What's your take so far of what you've seen?
Definitely Devontae Booker's looked really good today, which is nice to see. I think the offensive line has done a good job of opening up holes for Devontae Booker, and they've held up pretty well. Glennon, outside of the one throw to Willis, I thought he's done a pretty decent job. Defense obviously needs to tighten up a little bit and make some better tackles, but I mean overall, it's hard to complain. Again, it's preseason, so you take it for what it's worth. But there's definitely been some good performances out there. I've been impressed with Booker today, for sure.
Yeah, Booker's definitely been the standout for me. And like you said, Glennon's been pretty solid.
Yep.
Tudo, man, thank you very much, man. So easy to spot Eagles fans from miles away. All have a big mouth, oversized behind, second-hand outfits, and they never shut up and they're always eating horse shit, Tudo. But thank you so much for being here, Tudo. I appreciate it, man.
Tudo hates the Eagles. It's just great.
Somebody said, "What channel is the game on?" It's on NBC if you're in New York. If you're not, it's on NFL Network. Definitely need to. Yeah, my finest. I agree with that. The open field tackle. Julian Love had a couple of bad tackles, and
Madre Harper struggled.
And Madre Harper as well. Yeah, some of the tackling has definitely been subpar. I thought Zimenez had a couple of nice tackles. Who else? Coughlin, not really his fault, but he got beaten coverage twice.
Yeah, he can't be. You don't want your 7th-round linebacker covering running backs on the outside. It's not what he's going to do. Carter Coughlin's not a coverage linebacker, but that's obviously just good scheming to get you. If you're Cleveland, that's what you want as a matchup. If you're the Giants, you don't want that. So, but Giants have some good pressure up the middle too on defense. So.
And Eds has a question for you, Bad Dog. He says, "Dog, can Carter really come back 100% from his Achilles?"
Lorenzo Carter?
I'm assuming that's what he's talking about.
I mean, everybody's different. I think you would hope that they could all come back for 100% from their Achilles, but everybody reacts differently, and it just depends on when you get back. I mean, look at Adrian Peterson. He's had a couple of Achilles tears. He came back from Achilles, almost broke the single-season rush record. And they got guys like Robert Griffin who never come back the same. So it really depends on the athlete, I guess. But, I hope Lorenzo Carter has a big year. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to showcase it.
Yeah, I mean, here's what I'll say, and I don't know until I see him on the field in the game conditions, but apparently during the practices he's looked really good against the Browns, but we won't know until the season starts. Turns hands to Felton. Felton powers forward for about 2.5. It'll be about a 2nd and 8 maybe. He's went off right guard there.
Yeah, good job on the Giants defense plugging up that hole there.
And Sports Burner says Judge should have gone for it. Chips on the table. It's preseason, but yeah. The other thing I'll say is in regular season, the Browns don't score a touchdown on their first drive. There's no way they're going for it on 4th and 8.
Right.
They would have kicked a field goal, but
that's different though. I mean, we had the ball at our 30 that we weren't really.
Yeah. 7:38 to go here in the second. Shotgun formation here for Keenum. He's going to motion the wide receiver left to right, takes the snap, turns, gives to Felton. Felton, nice open field tackle there. If Beal misses that, and I think that's Sam Beal, if he misses that, that's a big run.
It is weird to see Sam Beal on the field. I don't know if he's been on the damn field for the Giants. That was a great tackle by Sam Beal.
That was a good tackle by Sam.
Not my size right there. Well, I'm not quite 6'1", but 177. I see a guy that size in the NFL. I'm like, look at how small I'd be out there. Every time I see him, like, look how small I'd be out there. That was a good tackle.
5 for Keenum. I think he motions, might have been Higgins there. Coming out in the gun here from his own 45. Giants showing blitz. They'll come with 4. Drops back to pass, and they get great pressure. It's Carter Coughlin.
Hey, Carter Coughlin. The Giants have a good pressure off the middle. Then a little stunt, and Coughlin came free and drills him, man.
I like it, man. They had Coughlin up at the line of scrimmage on that play.
B.J. Hill in there to clean it up, but the good stunt up front by the Giants got him open. You got all Carter Coughlin, man.
John, I'll say that, and again, it's second and third teams on both sides, but I think the Giants have been winning at the point of attack since that first drive.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good job up front by the Giants. Listen, I know it's preseason. I'm just happy to see football, man. I'm happy to get football back. I don't care what the hell happens. It's just good to see these guys out there. It's good to see guys tackling each other.
6:07 to go. Browns will punt it away. That looked like a bad punt as he shanks it to the left.
Took a good Giants bounce, too.
It will take a Giants bounce, and the Browns will field it at about the 24, so the Giants will set up shop there.
Carter Coughlin, man, I love it.
Nothing good there on that play.
I love guys that don't have the most talent, but they get the most out of it. That's why Patrick Graham is so good. That's why Patrick Graham means so much to this team, because how many, like I said, you're drafting guys in the back end of the draft, and your Carter Coughlins, your Tay Crowders, your Cam Browns, and the fact that you're able to get these guys in there, your 6th and 7th round linebackers, and you're able to put them in situations where they're effective and impactful, says a lot about, Patrick Graham as a coordinator, which is why the Giants are so good on defense, and why, as Giants fans, we really like the coaching staff, because I feel like that's what they did. And the Giants definitely not the most talented bunch. They got a lot more talent this year, and we'll see if they can do it on the offensive side of the ball. But I love the way they look defensively. I think they're very deep defensively.
Yeah, and I like the different ways they're using Coughlin. Middle linebacker, they got him up at the line of scrimmage there. They're finding ways to create pressure, and that's what he did all year last year.
We don't want him out there in coverage, but we'll take
No. I think we've learned that.
I'll take a pass rush.
And Lou, man, thank you very much. I told my cat to get down from the table, and he started clapping at me. I blame Jason Garrett for that. Get him under control. Lou, what's up, my man? And Coffin says, how about that hit on Fields? He said the NFL game's slow. Yeah, I saw it. I think it was Charles Leno, I think, that completely whiffed on the block. And listen, man, I've said that. I don't think Fields is going to be great this year, and it has nothing to do with him as a player. The Bears' offensive line is bad, and they lost their second-round rookie before the year started now with Tevin Jenkins. I think he's going to struggle, and I'm with you, Coffins, man. That was a cocky thing for him to say, especially being that the majority, actually all of his success in that first game was against the second-team defense.
No, like the fourth string, because the first half, he didn't look good against the second-string defense. He had a lot of passes deflected. I'm going to tell you right now, no, I don't care about the Bears one way or the other, but this year, it's his business. I hope they suck. I hope Fields sucks.
4-17.
Fields can be a pimp the rest of his career. This year, yeah, let's have 4-13. Let's have them pick top 5. Let's have them pick first overall. Can you imagine if Daniel Jones is a good year, Giants pick first overall? Can you imagine the haul that they would get, even for a top 3 pick? For a quarterback, for a Spencer Rattler or Sam Howell, can you imagine what the Giants could get?
Forget it.
That's what Peterman did was smart.
Yep. It opens up every avenue. If Jones is good, you still have the ability to trade back and get a ton of draft capital, or you just stay there and get 2 high-impact players. And it gives you the insurance for if Daniel Jones fails. It was
Carl Banks, one of the most underrated Giants ever.
I love Carl Banks. Such a nice guy, man, on social media. Such a nice guy. Glennon coming out from his own 24, so they do leave Glennon in for another drive. They were showing the work, warming up on the sideline. They'll leave Glennon in here. Clement coming out, takes the snap, play action, looks left, throws left, and a tightly contested catch there by Sills, pickup of about 4.
I got a little worried. That ball kind of hung up there. I thought the defensive back might have been able to get there and make a play, but Sills was able to haul it in for a short gain.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. That had pick 6 written all over it.
Did.
2nd and 6. And Ed says, I always like Beal. He's a better player than I like Beal too. When we first got him, the problem with him has been injuries his entire career.
And he sat out last year.
Yeah. I don't hate Love though. I like Love. I like the versatility he brings.
I like to see what Beal could do.
Yeah, exactly. We haven't gotten to really see what he could do. He got in 2019 he played, but that was in Betcher's scheme. Turns hands to Clement. Clement off left guard, picks up about 3. It'll be a 3rd and 3.
And in Betcher's scheme, a guy like Carl Banks may have never been Carl Banks. he could take the best player and make him look average.
Yeah, exactly. And
unlike Graham does the opposite. Graham can make an average guy look really good. Betcher did the complete opposite, make a really good guy look average.
Yeah, exactly. So, maybe Beal will make the team. Maybe he'll have an impact. Who knows? 5 minutes to go here in the second. 3rd and 3 for the Giants from their own 31. Glennon coming out in the gun. Reese and John lined up at fullback, at tight end rather. Sills in motion. Takes the snap. Drops back to pass. Rolls out to the right. Throws on the run. And a catch. A nice catch. Pettis.
I was going to say, Chris, Dante Pettis has really good hands. It seems like he goes up and he makes a lot of again, he hasn't had a lot of playing time with us. But it seems like he's able to just snag the ball out of the air. Like he's got really good hands from what I've seen of him. Again, it's limited, but that's a hell of a play in tight coverage, getting walloped on the sideline to be able to get your feet in bounds, make the catch. Good job by Glennon. Better job by Pettis.
And say what you want about Glennon. A lot of people railed on him after that first game, and I know he didn't look great. The guy's got a strong arm, man, going against his
one
body.
Series.
That was a rocket, that last pass. Glennon coming out under center from his own 44, turns hands. This one's Penny. Penny's good push there. I don't know who that was. That was Wiggins who actually got a good push, but there's a flag pickup of 9.
It might be Wiggins with the hold there.
When he does something good, it's got to be a penalty.
Right. It's just, so that's the second flag of the game, second against the Giants. But, yeah, man, Glennon has not been terrible. By the way, he's bald, just so you know. But actually, I think they called that on Reese and John because it looked like he was showing him there. So. And right at the POA, as I don't know about that call. You could call holding on every play. Seemed
a little bit, I guess, but
looked like he was inside the pads to me. But what the hell do I know? I'm sitting here in my basement.
Donnie, I'll get to that when I can. 1st and 20 here is Bachman in motion from his own 34. 1st and 20 after the hold. Glennon takes the snap. They're going to run a draw play here, and this is Penny. Penny up the nice run there. It'll be about a 2nd and 12, maybe a gain of 8 there on the draw. So they get the penalty yards back for the most part.
Limited tickets available now. There's that Eagle game.
We'll be there. And Donnie, and by the way, guys, link in the description below. Hopefully my mods can drop his link as well. We'll be doing the 3rd preseason game on his channel. We alternate channels for the Giant Show. Going over there, check out Bad Dog Sports. Link in the description below. Thank you to everybody for being here. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
2nd and 11. Glennon coming out in the gun. Bachman in motion. He's got Penny in the backfield still from his own 42. 6 on the play clock. 3:09 to go here in the second. Glennon takes the snap. They're going to run another draw play. Penny with a head of steam picks up about, 7.
See, I like this from the Giants. So I like being able to see the run blocking up front. Linemen get better with run. They like to run block. They don't like to pass block. And I know it's our backups, but still, this is what you hope you see from the first string offensive line is that these guys get a good push up front. I mean, it was 1st and 20, 2 runs by your fullback, and it's 3rd down and manageable, 3rd and 4. So you like to see the good push up front. Good job by Penny finding the holes and getting 8 yards of rip.
Yeah, I've been impressed with the offensive line. I mean, we pick on them, the second unit. But, obviously, second, they're going against an inferior defense as well. But they've been pretty impressive, the Giants offensive line.
Just remember, the talent is pretty even, though, right? You have the second strings going against the second strings. It's not like we're going against our 4th string. Well, maybe we are. I don't know. What the hell do I know about Cleveland's backups? But I think the Giants have played pretty good in this half. I think that the backups have done a pretty good job. Obviously, they've had some, not so good plays. But for the most part, I think they've done a pretty good job. Yeah,
as the Giants had to burn a timeout there. Glennon didn't like what he saw. Donnie, man, thank you very much. Dr. Garrett, Snippy, Stippy, OGs only. If you know, you know. Go Giants, Bad Dog and Tana. We love you. We love you too, Donnie.
Thank you, buddy. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for being here, buddy.
It's so good to be back with you guys and gals for Giants football, man. Every Sunday we have this. Well, we're not.
Can't wait, man.
The 5th, we're not going to have it, but
we'll be at the game. We'll have a lot of fun there.
Well, no, I'm saying the 5th. There's no game on September 5th. But
September.
And of course, the 28th will be
Yeah, September 5th will be just chilling, maybe doing a show.
Right.
Glennon coming out in the gun. He's going to motion Clement. Rob, get to you next. 2:21 to go here in the second. It'll be a 3rd and 4 from midfield. Glennon takes the snap. They're going to run it again, and this time nowhere to go. Clement gets gobbled up for a 2-yard loss.
That was a good job by Cleveland's defense. They were not fooled on the draw there. I don't really like that play, though. I don't like a draw on 3rd down and 4. 2-minute warning coming here. Giants offense staying on the field. We'll see what that means. I'd rather just the way they did it with Elijah Penny, just line up and run. You've been able to push him along up front. You've been owning the line of scrimmage in this quarter. I would just like to see him line up and run it instead of doing something like that.
Yeah, or throw it on 3rd and 4. But if you know you're going to go – I don't hate the run call if you know you're going to go for it on 4th anyway. But, yeah, like you said, I would have rather than a draw play. Just
line up and go. Line up in an eye and just push forward. Make it a little more good.
And Rob, man, thank you very much. Why no DJ? Will they play starters next week? I have to think, and from what Judge has said, he hasn't. I guess he didn't come out and concretely say it, but he said the 3rd game is going to be the game where they play the starters the most. So I have to think
they can play one series, and it would be the most they played all offseason.
Yeah, I have to think next week. And the only thing I can tell you is the only thing that makes any sense to me is the fact that the Browns aren't playing any of their starters either. They didn't play any of their starters in the first game. There was inter-squad scrimmages this week. They had 2 scrimmages against one another. I'm not even saying I completely agree with the decision, but that's the only rational reason is Jones got he got to see Jones in the first team offense go up against the first team defense for Cleveland. He knew going into this game that Cleveland wasn't playing their starters, and he probably said to himself, well, why am I going to risk injury if they're not playing their starters? I got an opportunity to see him go up against other competition throughout the week. That's the only thing that makes sense. So that's my explanation.
Yeah, well, I still would like to have seen him play. I don't care who you're playing against. It's reps. It's just timing. And again, I understand he's not going to throw to these guys, but I don't know, man. I would have liked to have seen him have a drive or two.
And New York Flight, man, thank you very much. Hope everyone in New York City and the surrounding area is safe right now. Yeah, I was expecting more. I mean, it's still pouring here in New York Flight, but I was expecting more. It's not as bad as they said a tropical storm, though. They downgraded it this morning, but it wasn't as bad as they were projecting.
See, I saw a tropical storm all weekend, that it was Tropical Storm Henry, not a hurricane. And up here, it's not raining yet. I mean, it's cloudy. It's humid as hell, so it's coming. It's supposed to be here. This is all I can say is this has been one of the worst summers I can remember. It has been cold. It has been rainy, like so much rain. Like I get it. In July and all, you have thunderstorms that they move through in a couple hours and you're clear for a week. Every damn, it's like we're living in Florida up here right now.
Yeah. Yesterday was horrible too. Yesterday was like 98 and it was muggy.
I like that. Give me the heat. I like that. God.
And
the sun was out. I like that.
Nader, man, thank you very much. Besides the holding call, so far the second string offense looks good. I'm impressed so far. Yeah, we were just saying that, Nate. I think overall a pretty good performance by the offense.
They're showing other scores. I thought they were just going to show that Eagles when they led with the Eagles losing 35-0. I thought that was pretty funny.
Oh my God, I didn't watch Philly 500 stream, or I don't know if Lord Brunson streams the Eagles games, but I would have had fun watching that. Even though it's preseason, I would have had fun watching them try to tell the fans that everything's going to be okay this year, because it's not Eagles fans. It's not.
It's funny. They get used to it. I mean, you're going to stink. I got to deal with this every week. I had to argue with the guy about Hurts. They keep comparing him to Daniel Jones. You know, like on Instagram, I'll let you call us play.
And Dixon, they did not go for it. Dixon does punt it away, as the Browns are going to field it at the 6. And again, he breaks the tackle, goes forward to about the 12. So the Browns will set up shop there.
So here you go. So Devontae Smith, two catches, 19 yards, couple drops. And the media outlet that always says the Eagles are going to get everybody in a trade. It's like Bleed Green Nation, whatever it is. It's their SB Nation, Eagles. Every guy is going to be an Eagle. This is where they get their news from, which is why they're so far up. They said it was encouraging. He had an encouraging start. So I said, that's real encouraging. Somebody said that was encouraging for the Giants. I pinned that because that was good. But nothing encouraging about that. But they're like, how many catches to Kadarius Toney? Like, again, they got to deflect and talk about our guy. We're not talking about our guys. We're talking about Devontae Smith. That's right. Encouraging?
Right.
Nothing encouraging about that. That's what they have to hang their hat on. 2 for 19, 2 drops. That's encouraging in a 35-0 loss. He's wide open, guys. You see, I watched guys film breakdowns. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Shut up. He had 2 catches for 19 yards.
And he had like 3 drops.
Right. We can talk about all day. I mean, who are you guys? Again, we talked about this before. Who the hell's breaking down film on YouTube? If you were really that good at breaking down film, you'd be in the NFL.
Yeah, full start there for the Browns. So it'll be 1st and 15. Bad penalty deep in their own territory. That'll push it back to the 7.
One thing for Bobby from Talking Giants, dude, the guy played football. I get it. But
he's great. He's great.
Like these Eagle fans breaking down. It's like me breaking down. What the hell do I know about breaking down film? Nothing. That's why I don't do it.
1st and 15. Drops back to pass. Looks right. He's going to throw out of the backfield. That's caught. And that'll be a gain of 2. Carter Coughlin, nice tackle there. 2nd and 13.
In case you didn't realize it, I hate the Eagles. I don't know if you guys.
And Slick Rick, man, thank you so much. What's up, guys? I have a question. Are we going to see John Ross play today? No, I don't think so. No, you would have seen.
He would have been out there, right?
No, you're going to see all the best. You're going to see the guys competing to make this route. The fact Ross isn't playing, I think, pretty much tells you he's making the team. And a nice play off the edge. I didn't get a chance.
Reggie Ragland, I believe, got there. Chris, it was a good rush off the edge. He got there, just missed getting a fumble. I think that was Ragland that got there.
I think it was Jimenez.
Oh, it was Jimenez. It was Jimenez.
Nice play by O'Shane. O'Shane's looked good in this game.
Yeah, I was going to say he's definitely flashed today.
3rd and 13.
Big play here for the Giants defense. You get off the field, you got a chance to put some points up before the half.
Minute 20 to go here from their own 9-yard line. Shotgun formation here for the Browns. Giants still with 2 timeouts. Giants come with 4, drops back, throws, and caught just in front of the sticks.
And again, this is a bad job by Madre Harper. You got to know where you are in the field, and you got to be able to push him back before he's able to. You can't allow that cushion on 3rd down 13. Laletta with a good throw, but you got to play tighter defense.
Kyle Laletta didn't realize that was him at quarterback.
Yeah.
From his own 22, Laletta sets up the screen, and he's going to push forward for 9 to the 31. Browns still with all 3 timeouts. You got to figure they're going to use one here, and they will. BJ Hill down on the ground, and he gets helped back up. He looks like he's fine.
I just don't. I don't understand the coverage by Madre Harper. You guys know that drives me insane. That soft zone, that soft coverage on 3rd and long. You got to press a little bit more than that. You want to play soft zone, I get it, but play 10 yards on 3rd and 13. Don't be playing 15 yards. That's a bad. Madre Harper's a bad thing.
Harper's not making his team.
He's not making the team, but he is definitely struggling everywhere.
Yeah. He made one good play in the end zone.
Yeah, and he was beat on that. He just didn't recover and knock the ball away.
And True Rapples, man, thank you very much. Feeling an Eagles clean sweep. Get the broom. I expect an Eagles sweep. We're a better team. I expect to sweep them. We should.
All I gotta say is we better win that first game. That's just we better win
both. I think we're going to beat them both times this year. I really do.
Better win that game. I want Philly 500 wearing that Giants blue. I do not want to be wearing that damn Eagles jersey.
And Josh, man, thank you very much. And I love when they say that Flacco was making bad throws like Jalen Hurts is any better. Yeah, it's true.
I got to argue with these guys all the time about Jalen Hurts, and I don't know why they keep arguing with me. I don't know why they keep comparing him to Daniel Jones. I don't know why they argue with me. I'm not going to change my opinion. I don't know how many times I got to say it. It's got nothing to do with him being on the Eagles. Yeah, I'm going to root against him now. If that guy went anywhere outside the NFC East, I'd be rooting for Jalen Hurts. Okay, Jalen Hurts is a great guy. He's a good leader. He's a good kid. But he's not a starting NFL quarterback. I mean, Tim Tebow's a good guy too. He wasn't a starting NFL quarterback. He did just good guy's great, but he's a backup. He's a gadget guy. He can be a good gadget guy. He's not a starter. And if he was, Eagles would not be talking about there wouldn't be all these Deshaun Watson rumors. They wouldn't even be there. Whether they're going to get him or not, which I doubt they will because everybody's going to the Eagles, but you wouldn't even hear about it. They would have no interest if they believe in Jalen Hurts.
Yep. And Nate, man, thank you very much. He says, just tuned in. How you guys doing? You think Jones plays some – not today, he's not, Nate. I think on game 3 he will. Or will the new quarterback get the second half to compete for quarterback 2? DJ needs some minutes. He would have started if he was going to play, Nate. He's not playing in this game.
No.
He's going to play – I think he plays probably a half the 3rd game, if I had to guess.
Quarter, at least.
Yeah. And to answer your question about the 3rd, I don't think there's a battle. I think it's clear that Glenn is the backup. I think the Giants are only going to go with 2 quarterbacks. they brought him in. This guy's a 57% completion percentage at Michigan State. They brought him in just to eat up snaps to make sure that they don't have to play Glenn in the entire game, and so he doesn't get hurt. He's not making this team.
Yes, it's a camp body.
It's a camp body. And Edge, man, thank you very much. If you were GM, who do you pick at number 20 on draft night? It's a great question.
It was there.
I would have went with I at number 20. We'll get to it in a second. 2nd and 2 here for the Browns at their own 31. Shotgun formation here for Laletta. Takes the snap, drops back to pass, looks right, throws right, and he missed him.
Good toss there, Laletta. What were you, drunk again? You're drunk driving through a work zone?
Third and 2. Here's what I'll say, Ed. At 20, I was of the mindset after they traded down, they could take like one of like 6 guys, and it was just their preference there of who they wanted to take. I was just thrilled with the value that they got. Because when you're picking at 20, it's just every team's going to value guys differently that late in the first round. I expect them to take Kwity Paye, if I'm being honest, on draft night when he was still there. That's who I thought they were going to take. There were rumors that they were interested in him. But what I'll say is this. If I knew Azeez Ojulari was going to drop to 50, I wouldn't have wanted Kwity Paye. So takes the snap out of the gun, turns, throws down the right side, and that's caught by Higgins, and that's a first down for a pickup of 3.
Yeah, he beat Beal that time on the outside. Quick move. And again, just a little bit late getting there, but good job.
I like Tony. I like Tony before the draft. I'm okay with it. Obviously, if it was me, I would have stayed put and taken Slater. I've said that countless times. But I love the value that we got in the trade. And there was like 4 or 5, maybe even 6 or 7 guys that I would have been okay with them taking at 20. Laletta coming out the gun here from the 34. 3-step drop, throws over the middle. That's caught. And that's a 9-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Giants will give them that. I mean, they got to use a timeout here. They got 1 timeout. They'll give them the stuff over the middle, which is why the Beal play was bad. Not so much because he got the first down, but he allowed him to get out of bounds and stop the clock. So.
And another timeout here for the Browns. 34 seconds to go. Lou says, Bad Dog hates the Eagles. When did that happen?
At birth. No, I'm just kidding.
It happened at birth for me.
I hate the Eagles.
I came out and said F the Eagles. That's the first words I said was F the Eagles.
Yeah, I think they could have been mine. I don't know. They suck. We kicked your ass the last time. Yeah, we beat you the last time. Who cares? What have you done for me lately?
What's up, Vin, man? Thanks for popping in. 2nd and 1.
There's a chick in short shorts walking up the stairs. Why the hell I saw that, but I did.
I know why you saw it. 2nd and 1 here for the Browns, coming out with a shotgun here from their own 43. 34 seconds to go here in the second. Browns with 1 timeout left. He'll take the snap. Let it drops back to pass. 3-step drop, steps up. Now he's going to roll out to the right, buys time under pressure, and a nice tackle. He did just get the first down.
Whoa, what the – how the hell is he marking him there?
Oh, no, they did not mark. Let's see where they
mark. The official know where the hell he is in the field. I didn't think Laletta got this. Maybe he did. Oh, he did. Good job by Laletta.
Yeah, he rolled forward.
He did. They got out of bounds again, too, which isn't good.
Yeah, good play by Laletta.
They're going to get a sack, I'm calling it. Big sack.
25 seconds to go here in the second from the 44. Laletta coming out of the gun. It'll be a 1st and 10. Takes the snap. Drops back under pressure. Throws. Got him over the middle, but it's only a gain of 5. You'll take that all day as Coughlin brings him down. They'll use their last timeout.
Good tackle by Carter Coughlin. You can have him coverage like that, man, where it's late in the half. They got to use a timeout. It's a 5-yard gain, kept him in the middle of the field. Good job by Carter Coughlin, not allowing him to get out of bounds or get a first down. It's Carter Coughlin, man. I like him. Again, he's not the most talented guy, but a full effort guy, and you got to love that, man. He's definitely overachieved. Love to see it.
He's definitely a guy that Giants fans are going to appreciate. He's the type of guy that I think Giants fans really gravitate towards. Blue-collar guy. John, man, thank you very much. He says, fellas, go back and watch all 3 86 playoff games. Carl Banks was the best player in the field, even better than –
Oh, God, yeah. He dominated. Go back and watch the San Francisco game. He caused like 3 turnovers. Against Washington, he was in the backfield every time. And in the Super Bowl, he had 10 tackles and 4 for negative yardage. By far the best player on the field. I mean, John Madden even says in that game, you got to start looking at 58 because he plays like that guy like number 56. He was amazing in that 86 playoff run. You're right.
Laletta coming out in the gun from his own 49. Giants come with 4. They get pressure off the edge. It was Lalos, but Laletta steps up, buys time, throws across his body. And it's batted down by Wilson. Wilson having a good game for the Giants.
Yeah, that ball hung up in the air. It was kind of like a Hail Mary. Wilson's got a little hitch in his get along after that. We got a guy
on that play.
Yeah, we had a guy land on his hip. But he seems to be okay. It's just a little stinger. What's what happened? A guy landed right on his quad. That hurts. The Giants defense, there you go. 2 sacks, pick, 5 quarterback hits. Not bad for a backup unit.
Yeah. 3rd and 5 coming up.
I love Carter Coughlin, man. I'm just a fan. Okay.
And somebody asked who's number 44. That's Fede Adenabo. That's the guy we picked up from the Minnesota Vikings. I think he's actually going to have a decent role for the Giants this year.
I do too. There's Dr. Garrett talking it over with Daniel Jones. Dr. Garrett's like, yeah, I don't want to play today. Jones like, why? And Dr. Garrett's like, well, I'm Dr. Garrett. Don't question me. Whether I put you in there or didn't, people are going to criticize me regardless. Let me just cross my arms here and just talk about surgery I'm performing later. Yeah, look, he's listening. He's laughing himself.
Yeah, I don't blame him. You laugh it up, Garrett, man. You get too much shit from the fan base. 3rd and 5 coming up here. 9 seconds.
I haven't seen Garrett do on these. He's not even getting the reps, Chris. He's not even getting his clap reps in. The hell.
Brown's got it at midfield here for Laletta. 9 seconds to go here in the second. Laletta coming out in the shotgun formation. He's going to motion the tight end left to right. Giants showing blitz. We'll see if they're aggressive. They come with 4. Nice move on the inside by Zimenez, but they pick it up then. Oh, he almost batted it. Throws it up and incomplete. It'll be 4th and 5. You figure they go for this with 3 seconds left?
Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Or not. You got another lose. Carter Coughlin out there on coverage again.
Yeah.
Not bad coverage by Carter Coughlin. But again, I don't know. Well, he's on a tight end that time, so that's a different story. That's going to happen.
Zimenez again with the pressure, bad dog.
Zimenez had pressure, and somebody else got there late. But Zimenez is at a good half.
4th and 5.
You know, one thing I hate about these Hail Marys, if I'm a defensive coordinator, man, I'm bringing the house. I'm bringing a lot of guys. I don't want him to have time to even throw the ball out there. Not the house, but like 6.
Yeah. I'm with you, though. I mean, with Laletta, maybe not, but with a good quarterback, I'm with you. That's a full start. How did they not call that? And the Giants get backside pressure. Laletta buys time with the legs.
Ooh, he did a shot.
He takes off. He runs with it. He's to the 20. And he'll go down there. He intentionally fumbled that because there was no time left as the Browns recovered at the 17. And that'll do it. That'll take us to half.
Zimenez, again, Chris, had really good pressure on that. He got in there, and Zimenez has looked good. Zimenez has looked good in this half. Coughlin's looked good in this half. Devontae Booker, I don't know if we're going to see Booker anymore. Definitely, I think the 3 standouts for the Giants. It's encouraging. Again, second-string guys for Cleveland. But at the same time, you don't want to say, "Boy, Zimenez looks like shit out there." So it's good to see Zimenez. It's encouraging to see Zimenez play well.
Obviously, like you said, it's tough to completely judge him. He's going against backups, but he's definitely been – him and Carter Coughlin have been the 2 standouts on defense.
Chris GP, I agree. He says 58 needs to be retired. I agree. I think that Carl Banks' number should be retired. Carl Banks
says, I know Eagles fans are not going to agree with me on this. But they are better off with Flacco as their quarterback. But even then, they are in trouble. Interesting.
I missed that. What was that?
L.A. Lou thinks the Eagles are better with Flacco at quarterback.
I mean, he's going to be starting at some point.
He probably will be at some point. I mean, but we'll see. But here's what I'll say, Lou. Even if Flacco is a slight upgrade, which at this point that's all he'd be because he's not very good, you got to find out what you have in Hurts. But I'm with you. I don't think most people in this chat, I don't think Hurts is very good, but we'll see if he proves us wrong this year, man.
And I'll be honest. I honestly think the Eagle fans, being honest with themselves, don't think he's very good either. They shouldn't.
Yeah.
Some of them do, but I don't know where they're getting that from. They don't watch college football. If Jalen Hurts played for I'm trying to think of a team like Arizona or Arizona State or whatever. I mean, I wouldn't be able to tell you anything about it. But the fact that he played for Alabama and he played in big games, and I watch the SEC, but more so the fact that he played for Oklahoma, and I watch every snap. That's why I told you that I thought Jalen Reagor would suck. it's Big 12 stuff for me. I can pretty much tell you who's going to be who I think for the most part is going to be good and who's not. For the most part, they are, and or not. And I didn't like Denzel Mims. We'll see what Mims is going to do, but I didn't think Rager was going to be good at all. He hasn't been. It's early, but still, I don't. Justin Jefferson's a better guy. Jalen Hurts, CeeDee Lamb's going to be a star. I'm telling you that right now.
And I'm with you on CeeDee Lamb. And Robert says, I want a number 49 jersey that says not irrelevant on the back. Obviously, Carter Coughlin, number 49. I don't know if he's referring to Mr. Irrelevant. He was not actually Mr. Irrelevant. That was Tate Crowder. But yeah, I mean,
he was late.
He was definitely he was close enough to Mr. Irrelevant. But yeah, like I said, I think he's one of those guys. He's kind of like who's that other linebacker that Giants fans were obsessed with that we let go to the Vikings after the injury? What the hell is his name? Why am I forgetting this? Somebody in the chat's going to say it, but
the only thing I can think, the guy, he wasn't a linebacker. Linval Joseph's the one guy that comes to mind for me. But
no, he was on the team like 2 years ago. We drafted him in the 5th round. He was a white linebacker.
Oh, Ryan Conley.
Yeah, Ryan Conley. He was like a fan favorite. I see the same thing with this guy. I feel like he's like a fan favorite. People that blue. He's a guy that gives you all that effort. I think Giant fans are going to really like.
Yeah, he does. And it's the same position. Look at her. Look at Grandma. She's giving it to somebody down there. She was talking shit to some Giants fans. Looked like she just whooped his ass too because she white dropped and was out.
Got a Bavaro jersey there in the crowd.
I think she was going to get another beer. Good on her.
I might have to get.
I'm going to talk shit to some Giants fans. I'm going to go get me a beer.
Yep. Chris, what's the story with Tony? I mean, Joseph, if I knew, I would tell you. He had COVID. I mean, I know that. Obviously, he had the minor injury while he was at rookie minicamp. The Giants haven't really gone into specifics. I'm guessing that maybe they're easing him back due to that he had COVID. Maybe they, kind of like they did with Will Hernandez last year. But I don't know. I don't know. They haven't really gone into like details of what his injury has been.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I wish they gave us something.
And Jameson, what's up, my man? I saw you say hi a bunch of times. I try to say hello to everybody, but obviously busy right now with Bad Dope. But what's going on, buddy? Chris, give us a house tour. No, it's not. It's actually not my house. I'm house sitting for my friend, so it's not my house. Which is why you don't have the green screen tonight.
This is my house, which is why you do have a green screen.
Yeah,
I mean, what the hell? I'm actually at the stadium. It's gorgeous out here.
I'll tell you what, man. It looks empty there, but
we're in Cleveland. So.
They're playing in Cleveland, so it makes sense. What's going on there, Jeff? Man, thanks for popping in the stream, man. Did Daniel Jones play? He did not. None of the first team started. None of the offensive linemen, none of the wide receivers, none of the first team started. Booker looked good though. He was kind of the standout.
Yeah, he did. He definitely looked good.
And
Pettis had a nice catch too. I like Pettis' hands.
Pettis did good call on Pettis. Pettis did look good as well. He had a couple of nice catches. And Barbowski, man, thank you very much. Sup, fellas? Great job as always. My sleeper is Ingram. No, he's disappointed, but has a connection with Jones, second year in the system and contract year. Just has to put it all together. Who's your sleeper? Yeah, Barbo. I don't know. I'm with you on it, and I know I'm going to look like a fool, but I've said the same thing. I know Giant fans hate Evan Ingram, but and rightfully so. He was really bad last year with all the drops, but I'm with you, man. I look at Ingram like you said, a contract year, and I think the less pressure on him this year, being that you have all the added weapons, I think that's going to benefit him. He's not going to be he's not going to be the focal point of opposing defenses. So I think he's going to get better opportunities this year. So I agree with you. I think he is a sleeper on this offense this year that a lot of Giants fans are writing off that could be better than people think.
I think Evan Ingram's just been sleeping for 4 years. So I'm not getting anything from me on him. Honestly, offensively, I think he's looked good so far in the preseason. But again, you can say whatever you will. I think Will Hernandez could be a sleeper. Will Hernandez has a lot of talent, and I think being completely healthy this year, going into it, a lot of other things. I think that Will Hernandez is a guy that could definitely be big for the Giants. I mean, if I'm going to pick a sleeper on offense, it's going to be Will Hernandez.
I'm a big fan of Hernandez this year. You saw him in that first preseason game, man. He looked like a different player. He slimmed down.
He's got his nasty in his back. Like I like Will going into the year.
Yeah, and maybe maybe I'm being too optimistic going into the year about this offensive line, and I'm not saying it's going to be good. I'm starting to feel like the offensive line is going to be better than what we think. Like, I'm not saying it's going to be good or even average to start the year, but I don't know. And maybe it's preseason, and maybe it's just me being overly optimistic, but I like what I've seen from Will Hernandez. I like what I've seen from the clips of Nick Gates so far that, every time they show him on Twitter, he looks like he's engaged. Andrew Thomas, I think, is going to take a big step this year. I don't think the offensive line is going to be embarrassing this year. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too optimistic, but
all I know is I'm looking at the TV and Brill Garrett's on right now, Chris. Maybe Brill was giving Jason Garrett some pointers on how to run the offense.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. And Chime, man, thank you very much. That's what it looks like when we have time to throw. What are you talking about, the first half? The offensive line did a good job, especially the backups in that first half. We did a pretty good job in terms of run blocking and like you said, giving Glennon time to throw. What's up there, Andrew Christopher, man? Thanks for popping in. Zig, man, thank you very much. Tana, I need to hear your dream offensive line, either through trade, current players, or free agency. Put it together if you was – oh, man. I mean, that's tough, man, because I always say, Zig, like, an offensive line, you could have 5 superstars. They may not work well together. Sometimes it takes – it's more so building camaraderie, a unit, so on and so forth. But – I mean, I'll say, man, I wanted Slater. Like, if I had a dream for the Giants, realistically speaking, I would have drafted Slater. So I would have liked Slater at the guard. I'm very happy with Thomas. I was happy with Thomas on draft night. Obviously, like, hindsight 2020, yeah, Becton had a better first year, but Becton to me is an injury waiting to happen. He came in overweight. He had injury problems in his rookie year. So I'd worry about that. And a lot of people look at Tristan Wirfs and they say, oh, he had a great rookie year. Well, 1, he was playing on the right side. And 2, he had Tom Brady. Nate Solder looked like an all-pro with Tom Brady at quarterback. So that definitely helped him. I still think Andrew Thomas is going to be a very good player for the Giants. But obviously I want Quentin Nelson if I had the choice. He's probably the best interior offensive lineman in all of football. He'd be one of my guards for sure. That's tough for me to say. I'd have to think about it. Bakatari's been great with the Packers. He's had injury problems, though, the left tackle. I'd have to think about it and, really look into the NFL to give you a really good answer on that. But if I had my dream, Slater would have been a Giant at one of the guard positions, for sure. Let's see what we got. Saint, man, thank you very much. How many vet offensive linemen you want us to sign to feel better? A minimum 1, preferably 2, but minimum 1. And my guess is it'll be 1. I think they'll probably sign a camp body this week and then maybe get an even better one after the final cuts of all the teams around the NFL. That would be my guess. I think you'll get 1 somewhat notable backup offensive lineman before the year starts. That'll be my guess, Saint. I think you probably agree, right? Do you expect 2? I don't expect 2 notable.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know if they can afford to sign 2, but they definitely got to bring somebody else in there. They need some more depth. I mean, that's a big question mark with this offensive line. I mean, the starters are a big question mark. So, but yeah, I can't see them bringing in 2 linemen. They might bring in another position, but I can't see 2 linemen.
Yeah, I'm the same way, man. I just and the other thing is these guys have been building chemistry. I don't see them bringing in 2 new guys right before the year starts. I think they'll bring in 1 though. Definitely think they'll bring in 1. I think they'll add 1. I think the cuts are Tuesday when they got to get down to 80. So I think they'll probably pick up somebody after cuts. I don't know if he'll be the final guy, though. They still may pick up somebody before the year starts. Redman, thank you very much. If Parrott has a season that Fleming had last season, would you consider it a success? I probably would, actually, Red, if I'm being honest. And I know a lot of Giants fans crapped on Fleming last year, and obviously he was responsible for the field goal that got overturned, the fake field goal with the penalty. That was big against the Cowboys.
That wasn't a penalty.
Yeah, it was not a penalty. And Fleming was like mediocre, but I don't think he was as bad personally as some Giants fans may have led people to believe. He wasn't good. He was satisfactory. And if he's satisfactory this year, I'd probably sign up for that, if I'm being honest. Obviously, I hope he's much better than that. But if he's satisfactory in his second year, really his first full year, I would sign up for that, if I'm being honest with you, Red. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, if the Giants offensive line is average, they're going to be a good offensive team.
Yeah,
because they were way below average. They're bad last year. No sugarcoating. They're bad. They're a bad offensive line. So hopefully these guys can improve and like I said, average to just below average. If they're in the top 20 I think the offense is going to be pretty.
That's what I want. 20. That's my number.
Can't go from like 32nd to 9th, but if we go 32nd to 17th, I think you'll see a big improvement, especially with the pieces that they added if they're healthy.
Yeah. And stagnant, man. Thank you very much. Barkley over 1,000 yards this year. If he stays healthy, no doubt about it. I mean, you're playing an extra game. It looks like he's going to play day one, even though it may be in a reduced role to start the year. But if Barkley stays healthy, he's going over 1,000. If he plays 17 games, he'll get over 1,000 yards in his sleep. So, yes, I will go the over, assuming he's going to stay healthy. Yes.
Yeah, I always marvel at the size of Howard Cross. I mean, his hands are enormous.
He played forever, Howard Cross.
Yeah, part of that 1990 Giants Super Bowl team.
Yeah, I remember.
A nice haircut. I got the same one. All right, Glennon, I see you. I like it. Got the nose going. Got the Mike Glennon.
Was he on the 2000 team? He was super old then, but I feel like he was.
He might have been. He was a Giant for a long time.
He played for a long time with the Giants. And Xerox, man, thank you very much. Morning, gents. From what I've seen, Shep looks like he's gained a yard. Breaking ankles for days. I like Shep. I think Shep's looked great in camp. Contract situation. And he's in a good role this year. I think they're asking him to do what he does best, which is in the slot.
Listen, I love Shepard coming out of Oklahoma. He's been a disappointment for me. Of course, a lot of it had to do with injuries and just the team not being very good. But there's no doubt Shepard has got a ton of talent. Great hands, great route runner. I just expected a lot more for Shepard. Hopefully he is. Hopefully he does. I think he was my breakout player last year. I thought Shepard would have a big year. And he wasn't bad, but the offense was just terrible. So you're right. I think Shepard could have a really, especially with a guy like Galladay on the outside, I think that could definitely enhance Shepard. When Barkley coming back, he definitely have a big year.
Yeah, and it's a contract here.
Yeah.
They're showing the work there on the sideline. He looks like he's getting set to start the third quarter here, so we're going to get back to the game in a second. Vin, man, thank you very much. What's going on with Beal, man? I remember he had high hopes for him, and then he never saw the field ever. Yeah, well, injuries, and then last year he sat out to COVID.
Yep.
So that's why you didn't hear from him last year. And in the time that he got the year before, he wasn't very good. Yeah. And he wasn't very good. I think he had like 4 or 5 starts down the stretch the previous year. But again, Betcher's defense, that didn't help him. We'll see.
Doesn't help anybody.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to make the team, but we'll see. I think it's tough sledding. You look at our secondary. How many guys can you take? You look at our corners, bad dog. Obviously, the 2 starters I don't got to speak about. You got Rodarius Williams, who's definitely going to make the team. I think they just drafted him.
Yep.
Obviously, Julian Love's going to make the team. They just traded for 2 corners.
Yep.
So I don't know. I just don't. Darnay Holmes, of course. Obviously, we drafted Robinson in the 3rd round. So I just don't see the path for Sam Beal to make this team. But maybe he will.
You would have to have an extraordinary camp to make this team. But there is Rodarius Williams right there, as you were just talking about him. So. Yeah, the secondary is incredibly deep. I mean, honestly, I think it's the strongest part of our defense is the secondary, which is going to allow a lot of coverage sacks. And I'm excited. And I love the secondary guys. I played secondary, so I love the secondary guys.
Yeah, and you think how improved our secondary is. I mean, we were starting Corey Ballantyne 2 years ago.
Right.
Here we go. Laletta coming out under center, 1st and 10, takes the snap, turns, play action, steps up, throws a bullet down the middle, and that's caught. Pickup of 16, maybe 17. Laletta's looked good, as that was Rodarius Williams, by the way, who got cooked down the middle.
Yeah, he actually had pretty good coverage. This is a good throw by Laletta, but that's a quarterback's got to do. That coverage is going to be tight.
That was good coverage.
And again, this guy came from Oklahoma State, so you know the Big 12. You know the story of Big 12 corners. They do go against some damn good receivers, I can tell you that.
So it'll be a 1st down after about a 16-yard completion for Laletta. And the other thing I've noticed with Williams is they've used him a lot in the slot in these first 2 games.
Yeah.
So here we go. Coming out under center is Laletta here from the 41. Offset I formation. Takes the snap. He's going to turn. He's going to give it as Devontae Downs will get the tackle. Pickup of about 5.
Yep, 2nd down and 5 here for Cleveland. Just on our way in the 3rd quarter. We're tied at 7. Some pretty good, efforts here by the Giants. There are a couple guys. They have 2 44s in their team. Is that right? Said John also 44?
I think he's 14, but maybe he is 44.
I think they're both 45. I think he did it.
Right. You do see that in preseason. I remember. Yeah, we said that 2 years ago. I remember when we called the game. You do see that in preseason. And here he is under center. Loletta takes the snap, play action, looking right, has time, throws, and he dropped it. They're going to call it a fumble. No, maybe they're not. They're going to say incomplete. Incomplete.
Johnson's hurt on the play.
Yeah, Johnson, a little hobble there after the fumble recovery, near fumble recovery. And let me read this super chat real quick. Justin, man, thank you very much. Any predictions for surprise cuts for the Giants? Yeah, I mean, going into training camp, an extreme surprise I said was Ross, but I know he's not. I don't think he's getting cut now. I mean, to be a surprise, it has to be like a guy that everybody thinks is going to make the team. So I don't know, man. Like Jimenez was another potential candidate, I thought, but he's looked good today. I think he's making the team.
Lorenzo Carter is a guy that could definitely fall
He's
off.
could make the team though. But yeah, if he couldn't play, he could get cut. But I think he'll make the team. He's looked good in practices. I don't know. I mean, Brightwell, I don't really consider that a surprise, but maybe people thought going in because he was drafted. I don't think he's making the team. Yeah, I really don't see like a true surprise cut. There's not going to be any on the offensive line because we don't have anybody outside of the yeah.
Maybe Dante Pettis.
Yeah, but is he a surprise? I like Pettis, but we're deep there. Yeah, I don't really see many surprises, to be honest with you. But maybe there's always one. So maybe there will be one, but I don't see an obvious surprise cut.
Someone said, Kenny Smith said, Ingram. I wish.
He ain't getting cut.
$6 million.
J-Man, thank you very much. Matt Barrett is by far the weakest position of our offensive line. I don't think he'll be the long. Maybe I just have PTSD from O-line's past. Here's what I'll say, Jay, about Matt Parrott. He's an unknown. I think there's a lot of Giants fans that just speak as if he's going to be good. No, we don't know that. He's a complete unknown right now, and hopefully he's good. He's definitely got potential, but he doesn't have a lot of experience, and we're going to have to be patient and give him an opportunity over the first 5 or 6 weeks to grow as an offensive lineman. The good news is if he really sucks, which hopefully he doesn't, at least Nate Solder, I think, could at least be serviceable. He could step in on the right side, but I think we're going to have to be patient with Parrott. I don't think he's a slam dunk. I think he's going to have times where he struggles. He didn't play a lot last year, so. But by no means do I think he's going to suck. I don't know yet. I got to see how he plays.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, he was a rookie last year, so you did the front office obviously believes in these guys that they would have addressed the offensive line in free agency or in the draft with LaShawn Slater sitting there at 11. So obviously they believe in Parrott. They believe in Lemieux. They should believe in Andrew Thomas. I think Andrew Thomas is going to be a good one. He definitely played a lot better. And like I said, once that blow-up happened where the Georgia coach came out and said, why are they not doing anything he did at Georgia? Then you had Colombo get fired in that whole debacle with the offensive line. He played a lot better in the second half of the season. I think Andrew Thomas will be a good one. Well,
somebody asked a question. Do you think our secondary were ranked in the top 5? I don't know every secondary around the league, but it's got to be it's going to be up there. Our secondary is really good. So if it's not top 5, it'll certainly be very close. We have a very good secondary. That's
the potential to be top 5. That's for sure.
Definitely has potential to be top 5. Yeah, no doubt about it.
Third and 5.
And Nelson. Oh, I forgot. No, I got the quarter. It says third quarter just started, Chris. Yep. I got the quarter updated on the scoreboard. So here we go. Brown's coming out and saying, I'll get to that when I can. Shotgun formation here for Loletta. 3rd and 5 from his own 46. Giants showing blitz up at the line of scrimmage. Loletta takes the snap, drops back, throws, and batted away. That was a good play by Rodarius Williams, the rookie.
Damn right. Again, a good tight coverage. And Rodarius Williams got the hand in there, swatted away. That's how you play defensive back in the NFL. One thing about the cornerbacks, this is a position where you really got to have it. You have to play with a ton of confidence. You have to. You got to have a little cocky attitude. Rodarius Williams has that. He's got that attitude of like, you're not better than me. I'm going to be there. Like he already said he was going to be an all-pro, all this stuff. You like that attitude, and he plays a lot of confidence. Good play there by Rodarius.
And a tough play because he had Frank's the tight end. That's a big body he had to work around.
Good job.
Really nice play there in the slot where, like I said earlier, they've been using him a lot there in the preseason. 13:46 to go here in the third. Punt away here. And the Giants are going to let this go out of bounds, maybe at about the 8 or 9. Good punt. 13:37 to go.
Bathroom break for yours truly. And I'm going to get ready for watching a little work. Come in here and do some work. We'll be back.
All right. Saint, man, thank you very much. How hurt is Aaron Robinson and Ellerson Smith? I mean, all I've heard about Aaron Robinson is it's a core injury. I haven't heard much else outside of that. I don't think Aaron Robinson, he's definitely going to make the team. I don't think he's going to have much of a role to start the year. Maybe, kind of like Julian Love in his rookie year, maybe down the stretch he'll get a role. Maybe he won't. We'll see. I don't think he was going to get a role to begin with because we're really deep in the secondary, but obviously the injury didn't help him. Elerson Smith, I haven't heard too much on. They haven't really been, at least from what I've seen, too forthcoming in terms of the injury to Elerson Smith. But again, another guy that I don't expect really to have much of a role to start the year. Maybe he'll develop one as the year goes along. Both of them are going to make the team, though. There's no doubt about it. And Chris, did you see the rumors about trading our backup kicker? I did, actually. Ryan Santoso, who I was actually impressed with, Tyler, when I went to FanFest. He was knocking down 55-yard field goals like it was nothing. He hit like 4 in a row. And he's capable of being a punter as well. So I definitely see the value in him. But if you're the Giants, as much as I'd like to keep Santoso, if you could get anything for a backup kicker, you have to do it. But, yeah, I did see the rumors that teams are interested in him on the trade market.
I mean, come on. The guy's name is Santo. He's got to be a kicker.
Yeah.
Santoso.
And he's a Paisan.
I mean, that's really what's important. I mean, he should make that on a lot. He should make the team on that alone, on that merit alone.
I was actually talking to somebody at FanFest about Santoso, and he made the argument that he thinks the Giants should roster him and go with 2 kickers because he could also be a punter. But then you're taking away, obviously somebody else from the roster. I don't think they would do that, but he made the argument that they should because of his ability in case the punter or the kicker got hurt in the game.
I mean, I can remember the Giants having a couple of times. I mean, Delwisa was this guy at the beginning with the Giants. They had a guy that kicked off and a guy that kicked field goals.
Yes.
Because, whoever their kicker wasn't drilling it deep into the end zone. Delwisa had the leg. He just didn't have the accuracy. So, I mean, maybe that's something they consider. I don't know. I don't really think you want to carry 2 place kickers, but Joe Judge is obviously a big special teams guy, so you never know if he feels that gives him an advantage over, a 4th or 5th string wide receiver or running back. Maybe he does go that route.
Yep. And DC for Life said Giants 0-17. Tell you what, after the stream, I'll give you my email. I'll give you any amount of odds that you want, and I'll take that bet.
I mean, we got 2 wins against Washington, so I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I mean, that's already 2 wins. I mean,
and we're going
why Washington fans even say anything? The Giants have been terrible for years, and you still can't beat us. Terrible. You can't beat us. Daniel Jones has 8 wins in the NFL. 4 of them are against your team. Washington fans don't say anything. Nothing. I know you were 7-9, and the Eagles gifted you the division. Congratulations. But come on, man. Let's be real. Giants 0-17, be real. Worry about your own team. Not like you were any good last year. You won by default. Congrats.
2nd and 7, and you're right, there are 2 44s. 2nd and 7 it was a draw play up the middle for Clement on first down. The Giants will have it at their own 13-yard line as we get to see a little work. Play action, pass, working, twerking. Rolling out to the right, and he's going to go down for a 1-yard gain as he takes a pop on the right sideline, 3rd and 6.
I don't know why the hell I got to school these NFC East guys all the time. Bad team. Imagine if the Giants are good. The amount of shit I could talk to these guys. I still find a way to do it with a terrible Giants team, but it don't matter.
Somebody says, who's LeWerk? The Giants picked him up. Clayton Thorson, I think, had a concussion. Maybe it was just an excuse to cut him. But he's the 3rd-string quarterback. He's from Michigan State. He's not good. He's not going to make the team, but he's a camp.
Last week, he was terrible.
3rd and 6 for LeWerk from his own 14-yard line. Coming out the gun, takes the snap. Cleveland comes from 5 with 5 good blitz pickup, and LeWerk just misses.
That was Thornton-esque, right? Or Thorson-esque. That wasn't close. That's good coverage.
I was going to say it was good coverage. It was a tough throw to make, but he missed them.
They can't be going for this.
No, they're on their own 15.
What the hell's Bachman doing out there? Oh, they are. Okay, he's part of the special. I thought he was lining up in a slot. I'm like, what the hell are they showing?
Yeah. They're putting this away. 12-15 to go here in the 3rd.
Why doesn't Santoso get some punting in here?
It's not a bad idea.
Right?
Not a bad idea. Up his value a little bit if you're going to trade him. Dixon sent to punt it away here. 12-15 to go here in the 3rd. And the punt's away by Dixon.
That was disgraceful, Chris.
I was going to say it was a line drive.
There's Chris Senior. He would have something to say about that.
So what was that a net of? That's at the 44. Where do they have it? About the 15?
Yeah.
So a net of about 39 yards. Not a good punt.
Not a good punt.
So yeah, he's been rocky today. He was good in the first game. He's been rocky today.
Yep. Not good. Well, there's Rodarius Williams. See what the Rodarius and the Giants defense can do here. They're kind of at a standstill. You know, a couple of touchdowns for each team with the second string guys, and now pretty much the back end of their bench is in there. Rodarius can have a pick in this game. I feel it.
I want to say hello to a couple of my great subscribers in here. Of course, Authentics here. I think I said hello to him already. He said working, twerking. I got to do a little basketball rhymes. MH in the chat. What's going on, my man? And here we go. Browns coming out under center. First at 10, 12:05 to go here in the third. Takes the snap, play action, bootleg, dropping, popping, throwing, and a good catch there, I think, by the fullback. Pick up about 15 down to the 40.
Cam Brown out there with the tackle. And again, this is just the naked bootleg going the other way for a quarter. That confuses a lot of defense there. I mean, it was a good job. Whoever got the rush there, it's just a good throw. Cam Brown just laid on the coverage on that one. Cleveland and Giants territory to 42.
Yeah, and what's going on? The beard in the chat. Peter in the beard's the man. Love that guy. Peter in the chat. What's going on? Zany in the chat.
You're the man in the chat.
Here we go. Browns coming out first and 10 from the 42. Little Jackie Robinson action. Baseball reference. Takes the snap. Drops back to pass under pressure. Throws. Got a man again down to the 22. 20-yard pickup. Second
time in a row, they went to number 40 out of the backfield. Rodarius Williams a little late that time. And it's a good throw and catch. So it's tough. I mean, your fullbacks are tough in this league. The NFL is a much different speed than college. If there's any offenses close to, not close, but closest to the speed of the NFL, it's the Big 12. I can say that much. How high-flying that conference is.
Man in motion, left to right, under center. I think Lillette is still in the game, if I'm not mistaken. First and 10 at the Giants, 23. Takes the snap, turns, hands off right guard. Big hole up the middle, still going down to the 5-yard line.
Big hole over there off the right guard and missed tackle at the 12. Cleaned up at the 2 there. So Cleveland obviously in good shape here to take them. Well, they're going to take the lead. See if the Giants defense can tighten here on the goal line. They were, I mean, again, this isn't the first string, but they were the second best in the league in red zone defense in 2020.
And that was Kelly, the running back. Browns got it here at the Giants 5, 10:04 to go here in the third quarter. 2 wide set. He's going to motion. Takes the snap, turns, gives, and he tries to pop it to the left side, and he's going to run it in. Touchdown, Browns.
Who is this? Why did he do this?
Yeah, I don't know why he did that. What the hell is that? Gave the thumbs down.
He thumbs down himself? What the hell was that?
What the hell kind of touchdown?
But if you're in the chat, thumbs up the stream. Let's go. It helps out the stream. Hit that thumbs up.
Yeah, if you haven't done so, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell. More importantly, go into the description and subscribe to Bad Dog Sports. But I think Kelly there gave the thumbs down because he's like, I played for Cleveland. Get me the hell out of here.
Yeah, but Cleveland's good now.
Yeah, but it's Cleveland.
I know, but they're a good football team.
Yeah, it's Cleveland, though. I don't want to live in Cleveland.
I mean, listen, I've been to Cleveland. It's one of the worst cities I've ever visited. Progressive Field was nice, but that city, such.
14-7.
It's one of the worst cities I've been to. I'm not lying. It's not a nice.
I've heard. I've never.
There's nothing to do. We went there for the National Card Show, which that was fun. But I mean, actually, what the hell was there is a good. What was the name of that restaurant? There was a good restaurant near where we stayed. It might have been called like I don't know if anybody's in here from Cleveland. And listen, if you live in Cleveland, you're going to agree with me. Listen, I badmouth New York all the time. The state of New York, I badmouth it all the time. So let's not get carried away. I'm not saying where I live is great. I really want the hell out of New York. But was it called the There's a place, and again, I don't know if anybody in here from Cleveland, is it the Harry Buffalo? Like, I feel there was a place called the Harry Buffalo. It sounded like a strip club, but it was Harry Buffalo. It was really good. They did have buffalo burgers. I thought about getting one, did not. They had $6 pitchers of Yingling, which is amazing. Really good food. I'm almost sure it was called the Harry Buffalo.
The Harry Buffalo sounds like the type of bar that would have $6 pitchers of a beer.
It's really good. It was a really good restaurant. That That and Progressive Field were the two really good things. And then I went to Harris. Or the Horseshoe, whatever the hell it was. I got killed in that casino. But there just wasn't much. I remember the worst thing about Cleveland was trying to get a cab. It took us like an hour to get a cab. Ubers weren't around yet. They were just in their
infancy.
Infancy. And I don't think Cleveland had them. But that was the worst thing about Cleveland was trying to get from place to place. And when we went to Progressive Field, we took the train. You had to walk like a mile through a mall to get to the damn field. Like there was nothing that dropped you off near the field.
Wow. And Vin, man, thank you very much. Quick Nick, though. It's RJ or Fournier at shooting guard. Vin, I think the starting lineup is gonna be either Kemba or Rose. They're gonna split time, so it really doesn't matter to me who starts at the point. And then I think Fournier is gonna play the 2. Fournier could play a little bit point as well, but I think he's gonna be the 2. I think you'll have Barrett at the 3. I think you'll have Randall at the 4, and you'll probably have Mitch at the 5 to start the year with Noel coming off the bench. That would be my guess. I mean, but obviously Barrett's interchangeable. He's kind of a swing man. He can play both the 2 and the 3, but I would guess Fournier will be the starting 2.
Yeah, our Giants fans absolutely right. You can't beat $6 pitchers of good food. You damn right. They had a place up here called Smoky Bones that had that. They got a good food there. It's bar food, but it's good food. And they had $6 pitchers. I don't know if they do. I don't even know if that restaurant's around anymore. I've been there in years, but that was a good place. See, they had you can watch a lot of games there too. Same thing with Buffalo.
Ball here, down by 7. They'll field it about a yard deep. They're going to take this one out. And that was who was that? That was Cole. Tackled down at the 13. I thought he got hurt. I thought they said he was the guy that did a good job on special teams in saving that punt from the 1 yard line the first game.
You want to talk about degenerative gambling too? I remember me and my buddies were betting on like at bats. I think the Dodgers are playing the Cardinals, and we were betting on at bats. I think it was one of the Cardinals. He was a light hitting somebody, and I was like 25-1. Man, he gets a home run. He missed by like this much.
25-1. You could.
I said 25-1. Give me a buck for 25 because he was like he had no home runs the whole year. One home run, and he just missed a home run. Then I had to pay $1. But that was fun.
Lewerk coming out under center, independent. What's going on? I'll get to that in 1 second. 9:47 to go here in the third. Giants trail by a touchdown. 2 wide to the right here in the second preseason game. Turns, hands to Clement. Clement's got a big hole off the left side, and he's going to go forward for about 15.
It's a good job by Clement finding that hole again off the guard and just taking off. And listen, man, I'm looking at the Hall of Fame right now. Drew Pearson's not a Hall of Famer. Sorry, he's not. He's not a Hall of Famer. The NFL got to stop letting me. It's supposed to be the Hall of Fame, not the Hall of Good. Baseball's doing that too, which is ticking me off. You put your elite guys in there. Not your, this guy was good, played on a Super Bowl team.
Baseball is the only one that's like pretty strict.
They are, but when you allow Alan Trammell in the Hall of Fame, I mean, come on, man. Trammell, Jack Morris, they're not Hall of Famers. You're going to be Lou Whitaker's going to get in now, Dale Murphy. They were really good players. They're not Hall of Famers. They're not.
Full start. I think that's the Giants' first full start of the game. They get called for a full start there, so it'll be 1st and 15. Independent, man, thank you very much. Just got here. Sorry, guys. Has the Water Boy had to play guard yet for the Giants? And yes, I said sorry. Just to get the reaction. Nice to see you, man. Glad to see you, man. Thank you so much for being here. Again, never have to apologize for – thank you for being here at all. In terms of I'll tell you what, Independent. And again, second unit for the Browns. They didn't start their starters. But I actually think the Giants' offensive line has done a good job today. We haven't started our starters, but our second unit's played much better than I thought they would. Shotgun formation, takes the snap, drops back to pass. And what the hell was that?
Held on to that one too long. It's like he didn't want to throw it. He spiked it into the ground. Yeah, somebody said Harold Baines. Harold Baines not a Hall of Famer. Lee Smith isn't a Hall of Famer. Like they don't belong in the Hall of Fame. You're going to put those guys in the Hall of Fame. The Don Mattingly is a Hall of Famer. Don Mattingly is a Hall of Famer. You're going to put those guys in there. Don Mattingly was the best player in baseball from 84 to 87. 10-time Gold Glove winner, 10-time All-Star, won a batting title, won an MVP. Don Mattingly's a Hall of Famer. You're going to put those guys in there. Mattingly belongs in the Hall of Fame.
I think Mattingly should be in the Hall of Fame. Shotgun formation here for the Giants from their own 21, 2nd and 15. Lewerk with the twerk. He's going to give to Clement. Clement, nowhere to go, gets a yard. It'll be 3rd and 14.
There's Bradbury and Logan Ryan. Of course, Logan Ryan was a big part of bringing Adoree Jackson to the Giants, as we all knew that when they went out to dinner. We saw that, and I remember saying, I hope that Logan Ryan picked up the check, which I'm sure he did. than now Dory's. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Giants secondary for sure.
Oh, I can't wait.
It'll be good
to see it, Dory out there week 1 opposite Bradbury. Like that's definitely, we keep saying it, but our secondary is going to be sick this year. Shotgun formation here for work from his own 22. It'll be a 3rd and a mile, 14 yards to go. Takes a snap, 5-step drop, and LeWerk runs forward. He dives for about a gain of 6. It'll be 4th and 8. Giants left.
The work with the drop, stop, and roll on the end of that. Look at Daniel Jones, like, yep, I've done that. Yeah, all right.
Watching these LeWerks and these Thorsons play really makes you appreciate Daniel Jones a little bit more. These guys are horrible.
The amazing thing is it might actually appreciate well, no, they look about the same as Jalen Hurts. I can't help it. I'm like Tutto, man. I'm like, must be an Italian thing. I don't know.
And Lee, I guess the linebacker for the Browns looks like he's a little hobbled. He's coming off. And Justin, man, thank you very much. Not drinking iced coffee today? No, I'm kidding. Keep up the good work. I appreciate that. Yeah, no coffee today. I'm having a couple of beers. I may have one more before the end of the stream, Justin. But thank you so much for being here, man. I'm going to be live tomorrow because I'm going to be doing that for every time the Giants play a game, whether it's preseason or regular season. I'll be midday. I'll be live, so I'll have a coffee then. We'll talk about the game. 4th and 8. Giants set to punt it away from their own 27. And the Browns will field this at about the 16. They'll take it to the 20. And he'll go down at about the 23. They'll start there. 7-16 to go here in the 3rd.
Strahan, Hall of Famer. A Hall of Famer. Asshole, what a Hall of Famer.
Of course Strahan's a Hall of Famer. Drew
Pearson's not a Hall of Famer. Yeah, Warren Sapp said Strahan wasn't a Hall of Famer. Warren Sapp be on that 420.
That's the stupid. The guy had 22 and a half. He has the record for the most sacks in a year.
He had 141 sacks in his career, 141 and a half sacks in his career. The guy's a Hall of Famer. He's a better player than Warren Sapp was, I'll tell you that.
And I'm going to tell you what. Michael Strahan was not just a guy that got sacks. Michael Strahan was terrific against the run.
Strahan was great.
He was an all-purpose player. He wasn't, as much as I love OC, when I watched OC was one-dimensional. Strahan was the total package. Strahan was incredible. One of the best defensive ends of all time. I mean, he was great.
Yep, he was.
And John Letourneau, man, thank you very much. He says, Stella, you say it, bad dog.
Stella!
And then Entertainer, y'all are the best, but loser Giants fans, but love you guys. Chris, bad dog, are you believing in the Yankees? Now the Mets stink. The Mets stink.
The Yankees made me a believer. They better not break my damn heart. But this team's a way different team. The Yankees are such a different team. They play in baseball. They're playing baseball. They're doing everything that I screamed about that they weren't doing at the beginning of the year. They're doing it now, and they're winning games. And it's pouring out here now, so that made its way up the coast.
And Stephen Lilly, man, thank you very much. Long COVID, and by the way, I believe in the Yankees. If you're asking me as well, yes, they're the hottest team in baseball right now. Stephen Lilly, man, thank you very much. Long COVID is where sports people recover from COVID, but suffer loss of breath, energy, stuff like that may explain Tony. Don't know if you heard it. Did not, but I said that earlier, Stephen. I think if I had to guess, that's what I think it may be, because they did the same thing last year with Hernandez when he was coming off COVID. He didn't play for a while, and I think that had a lot to do with it. So I'm guessing that's the reason for Tony. And the Sports Burner, man, thank you very much. Our Hall of Fame Pro Bowl quarterback, Brian LeWerk.
Yeah. LeWerk.
Maybe the Hall of Fame of like Pee Wee football. That's about it.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, it's pouring out here now. Yeah, I don't see enough rain. Got about 20 inches of rain this summer. Great. Where do I live in? Do I live in Seattle? Do I live in the rainforest? Dick. I haven't been able to mow my lawn in 2 weeks. It rains every day.
And David, man, thank you. He says, not a Yankees fan, but Mattingly should be in the Hall of Fame. Carl Banks should be in the Hall of Fame, too. He was the unsung player in the great line, but I definitely agree with Carl Banks.
Mattingly should be. I mean, like I said, if you're putting these other guys in there, then he belongs in there. I personally, I love Mattingly. I've always argued that he had the same numbers as Puckett. Puckett's in there, but I understood not putting Mattingly in there. But if you're going to put Alan Trammell in there, then Don Mattingly's a Hall of Famer. If you're going to put Harold Baines in there, Don Mattingly's a Hall of Famer. I don't care. He's a Hall of Famer.
I agree with you. Here we go. Browns have it from their own 21. He's going to turn. He's going to give it. Felton's got a lot of play for the Browns today, the rookie running back. He's pushed out of bounds for a gain of 2 at the 23.
Showing Darius Williams' numbers, 11 tackles, a pass defense, and a fumble recovery.
They've been throwing to him, well, especially the first game. Well, today too, but the first game they really threw to him a lot.
Get the window open. I can smell the rain in here.
DB Quincy Williams has been. Oh, he got hurt, Marjorie. He's the guy that got the interception earlier. Do I think Phil Simms should be in the Hall of Fame? Phil Simms is a really interesting case.
He should be in.
Yeah, I think he should be. 2nd and 8. We'll talk about that more in a second. 6:34 to go. They'll take the snap, looks right, throws right, and that's caught for a gain of about 6. It'll bring up a 3rd and 2.
Somebody mentioned Thurman Munson should be in the Hall of Fame. The reason Munson's not, he didn't play 10 years in the bigs. He didn't play 10 full seasons. I think that's why he's not eligible for the Hall of Fame. Obviously, because of his passing. If he played up to like 1982 or anything, he probably would have been. But he didn't play long enough, unfortunately.
Here's the thing with Simms, and I'm going to talk about this in 1 second, and then Zahive, I'm going to get to you. 3rd and 2 here from their own 29. Giants come with 5. He's going to turn. He's going to give it. Good block off the right sideline. Looks like a Denebo just got, I don't know what happened there. Pick up about 7, first down for the Browns. But here's the thing with Simms. If Simms wins the 2nd Super Bowl, he's in my opinion. If he never gets hurt and Hostetler, isn't the quarterback that wins that Super Bowl, I think Simms gets in. But because of that, I think that's what kept him out. Had he won 2 Super Bowls, I think he'd be in the Hall of Fame.
It's a good point. But to be honest, Hostetler was great. I don't know if we win with – I think we would have still, but I don't know. Hostetler's mobility was a big reason we won.
Yeah.
He didn't have that.
1st and 10 here for the Browns on their own 38. Coming out under center, 3 wide set. Giants with a 4-man front. Takes the snap, looks right, pump fake. Now he's going to throw it there. Oh, my God.
Beal totally missed the ball.
Yeah.
Not to pick that off. He jumped. He went right past receiver. I don't know what he was doing.
Oh, he had an opportunity there. That was Beal, right?
Yeah, he just totally missed.
Oh, he jumped too early. So he'll pick up about 16 in the first down for the Browns. Zahive, thank you very much. I don't know about you guys, but DJ should have played at least this series. He needs extra reps. Zahive, I would have preferred he played. I'm not going to flip out, but I would have preferred he played today.
Yeah, I agree. I think he should have played.
And the Browns have it here at the Giants 39, man in motion left to right. Giants with a 4-man front. He's going to take the snap. He's going to turn. He's going to give it. And he'll get about 2 off right guard. It'll be 2nd and 8. That was Felton.
Yeah, Cleveland's done a good job of protecting Oleta in this half, and they've been able to run the ball. Obviously, the Giants have missed some opportunities. That Beal should have picked that pass off. I don't know what the hell he was doing. He didn't know where the ball was. He looked like J-Ron Hosley out there. He never knew where the hell the ball was. He went flying back. I mean, all you got to do is break on the ball, pick it off. It's a pick 6.
Yeah, I think he jumped on the pump fake maybe. He got completely lost. Here they are from the 38. He's going to motion the wide receiver right to left, 2 to the left. Takes the snap, Oleta. He's going to turn. He's going to give it. Up the middle, off left guard, picks up 3. It'll be a 3rd and 6 from the 35. And independent man, thank you very much. Opinion on relievers and special teamers in the Hall of Fame.
Relievers definitely belong in.
I'm assuming
huge. They definitely belong in the Hall of Fame.
Especially in modern day baseball, like they're more important than starters. You can make an argument.
You're going back into the 70s. I mean, Goose Gossage, all of it. I think Hoyt Wilhelm was a reliever too. Eckersley definitely. He was a starter, then a reliever. Mariano Rivera. I mean, obviously Trevor Hoffman.
John Smoltz.
Those guys belong.
No. Shotgun formation, takes the snap, drops back. Giants come with a delayed blitz, and they're going to get he got out of it. No, they're going to blow it dead.
So I have no idea how he got out of it. It's looking like somebody wear 91. That's not Justin Talk too. Sometimes you see these numbers, you're like, oh yeah. Like I see 44, I think of Ahmad Bradshaw immediately. Yeah,
or Golden, right? Golden was 44.
I still think of Ahmad Bradshaw.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So they get credit for the set. I'm with you though. I don't think they should have blown that dead.
I don't know how the hell they got out of it. That's a hell of a jump. I will let it escape that. But a good job of the Giants defense getting there, and got to wrap them up.
And as far as special teamers, I mean, a select few, what's his name? Probably Vinatieri, maybe.
Vickers.
Yeah, a select few.
Is Steve Tasker Hall of Fame? I don't think guys like Steve Tasker belong in Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Giants are going to let this bounce over their head. That'll go into the end zone, so the Giants will start at their own 20. I think like I said, a select few. I think, but not many in terms of special teams. Lou, man, thank you very much. He says, Miggy hit a dinger 500 a bit ago. Way to go. I love Miggy. Miguel Cabrera is one of my favorite players ever, so that's awesome, man.
Miguel Cabrera, man, I tell you what, one of the greatest right-handed hitters I've ever seen. The only guy that I've seen with a triple crown, because the last time that had been done before him was Stremski in '67, and I didn't see that. And honestly, if it wasn't for Chris Davis and his steroids, he would have won back-to-back triple crowns. And we all know Chris Davis was garbage. Dude had a lucky year where he hit 53 home runs, but Miguel Cabrera the next year might have even had a better year. People say that about Mickey Mantle, that in '56 he won the Triple Crown, and then he actually had a better year in '57. He hit 365, but he only hit like 34 home runs. He didn't drive it 100 runs. But a lot of people say that Mantle's '57 season was just as good as 50. Well, the '56 was pretty damn good. I mean, I think he was 353, 52, and 130. That's pretty damn good. Of course, the Knicks.
I want to get your take on this, because somebody brought this up. And I mean, if there's ever going to be a kick returner that makes it, he'd be the guy. Do you consider Devin Hester a Hall of Famer?
No. I mean, honestly, I forget all about Devin. I don't really remember kickoff returners. I just don't. And
I'm with you on that.
For the Giants, like, I don't really remember Devin Hester. Yeah, he was great. But, I mean, so was Dante Hall. I mean, you're going to put Dante Hall now? I don't know.
Well, it was the same thing with, like, Darren Sproles. Like, I remember people.
Oh, well, the Eagle fans, like, he's a Hall.
Like, people were arguing that he should be in the Hall of Fame. And I mean, because he had a lot of yards because he did punt and kick returns. But I'm with you, man. I don't think you should make the Hall of Fame just because you're a good kick returner. Devin Hester was the best I've ever seen, but I still don't think I'd put him. Just because you're the best at a certain skill, it doesn't make you a Hall of Fame.
I can't put a kick return because there's a reason that they're not receivers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I understand it's a big part of the game. It was. Now they really took it away from the kickoff returners. But I'll tell you a guy that I remember that was really good. That was Mel Gray. You're not going to put Mel for the Detroit Lions. You're not going to put Mel Gray in a Hall of Fame.
And Vin, man, thank you very much. Does Logan Ryan stunt McKinney's progress a little? Maybe a little bit. I think they're going to go with a lot of 3 safety sets. I'm not worried about, to be honest with you, I'm not worried about stunting anybody's progress. I want this team to compete this year. So I'm glad Logan Ryan's on the team. I think he's a really good player. But maybe a little bit. McKinney would obviously get more playing time if we didn't re-sign Logan Ryan. But my guess is, and I think a lot of Giants fans probably think this, there's a decent chance that Peppers will not be back after this year.
Right.
After they signed Ryan and drafted McKinney. But we'll see, because they don't have a lot of money in the budget. Here we go. Giants coming out in shotgun formation from their own 20, 2:05 to go here in the third. And Lewerke takes the snap. He's going to turn. He's going to give it to Clement. Clement dancing behind the line of scrimmage, pushes forward, gets about 4. Be 2nd and 6.
It's always a good thing. Like I said, 2nd and 7, 2nd and 6. You can work with that as an offense. You have the entire playbook open. You want to avoid 2nd and 10, 2nd and 12. But you get 3-4 yards a rip on first downs because the offensive line is doing a good job, and those holes open up bigger in the fourth quarter. You get some big runs. So you like to see that. You want to see these guys push ahead for that 3-4 yard gain. And of course, you'd like to see them take it all the way. But 3 and 4 yards consistently, that's a good thing.
Minute 30 to go here in the third. And Michael says, what kind of kicker are my Saints getting in Rosas? I think the Giants are going to use a timeout here, it looks like, because the play clock's at 4. Yeah. What I'll say about Rosas is you're getting a guy that obviously you got to worry about the DUIs. keep him off the road. But no, all kidding aside, he was up and he's up and down. It's hard to say. He's like most kickers. Like one year he was a Pro Bowler. He was great. And the next year he was god awful. I remember we were clapping every time he made an extra point. So
yeah, we went to the Jets game. They missed a field goal and an extra point.
Yeah.
So he missed 2 extra points.
He's hit or miss. He could be really good though. He's definitely got talent. He made a Pro Bowl with the Giants, I think, in 2018. So yeah. He's got talent, but he's hit or miss.
Yep, I agree.
And John, Matt, thank you very much. Love it that football is back. Bad Dog on Tudo should do an all Eagles trash talking podcast. It would be funny. Chris, is the division? Yes, I think the division, the NL East, is absolutely going to be the Braves.
Listen, I don't need a podcast to talk crap about the Eagles, Johnny. You know that. That's just in my nature. It's in my blood.
Do I miss Ben McAdoo? Are you serious? What? Here we go. Giants have it. Lewerke fakes. Oh, a nice catch by Willis out in traffic. Really nice catch by Willis.
It was all hands. You know, Willis has not looked bad in the preseason. He's been open a lot. They missed him a couple times. He definitely should have had a touchdown against the Jets. He did score a touchdown, but he could have had 2 There's Will Hernandez. I think Will Hernandez is going to have a big year for the Giants. And then that was a nice catch. I mean, I don't know much about Willis, but he's diehard, obviously. So let's go, baby.
And we'll see where they mark it. It's going to be close to a first down. It'll be 3rd and 1. I thought he maybe like a half yard short, maybe. We'll see where they marked it. Minute 03 to go here in the 3rd. But a really nice catch by Willis.
It's third and very short. I think it's less than a yard. There's Odell. Yeah, haven't seen him all day. I was waiting. I'm like, where the hell is Beckham? They haven't showed him. There he is.
They
gotta get that in there.
They showed him with Mara before.
I might have been pissing when that happened.
Minute 03 to go here. 3rd and 1 for the Giants. I don't know what. I guess there's a stoppage at play as they're talking about the
injury or something.
Let's see.
I always hang my hat on, man, as Olivier Vernon got traded, and I said right in that video, don't be surprised if Odell Beckham's next, and 2 days later he was gone. One of the really hot takes that I went with that actually happened. That was insane. And even when they did it, I couldn't believe they did it. But I had a feeling that was coming. Yeah.
Beckham was a guy that I always thought there was a good chance he'd be traded, but still when it happened, you were still shocked. And I don't want to get into a Beckham discussion because I know half the chat loves the guy and half the chat doesn't, so I don't want to get into it. But it was one of those things where I always knew in the back of my head, I'm like, yeah, they could trade this guy, but you were still shocked when they did it.
Yeah, it's just because it was like, wow, what balls to do that.
Giants got here at their own 30, 3rd and 1. It'll be a half yard. He's going to turn. He's going to give to Clement. Clement slashes off to the right side. He's going to get a yard, and he gets the first down. So
that's all he needed. He did a good job. He just picked his spot and pushed forward, which is something you want. That's something I want to see Barkley do this year is just, if it's not, don't dance around in the backfield, just go. Like Clement took a stay. He's like, nothing's there. Let me just push forward, get behind the offensive line and just fall forward for a yard. You want to see Barkley do that instead of trying to make everything a touchdown. Just when you need a yard, get a yard. If you can get 2 yards, get 2 yards. Don't lose 2 yards.
1st and 10 for Lewerke. Lewerke at his own 31 takes the snap, play action, rolling, throws on the run, and a beautiful catch by Sills.
That was you've seen the Giants today with good hands. Pettis made a catch, Willis, and now Sills goes up and snags that one out of the air. So really good job there, and good throw by Lewerke, but better catch by David Sills.
That's going to take us to the 4th quarter. Great catch by Sills.
That was good.
14-7. And Justin, man, thank you very much. Any NFC's roundtables? Yes. I thought there's guys I've done those with in the past during the offseason. And they actually messaged me on Twitter. We're waiting until the preseason's over. I'm not sure which channel it's going to be on first, but yes, I'm going to have one. I'm sure Badler's going to be doing it too.
Yeah, I gotta get my guys and see what's going on with that. But definitely same basis for me. I mentioned before, I think my favorite is Louis T. Lord Brunson and Law Nation. So I'd see if I can get those guys together because I feel like I've done a few of those with different content creators, but I felt like that one is definitely always has the most juice, and I feel like it's anytime you got Louis T, it's good because Louis T he don't take any shit, which I respect. But and when he and Brunson go out, it's great. Me and Law Nation sit back and just watch that. It's worth it. But yeah, I gotta get all those guys. I'm actually gonna be doing one on Louis T's channel September 1st with those guys. So that I'm definitely doing. But yeah, I'll probably have one on my channel before the season starts. At least I hope to. But I will be on Louis T's channel September 1st doing a roundtable.
Yeah, probably around the same time for me too. I don't know whose channel it's going to be on. And I think they said they want to do it weekly. So if we do, we'll alternate channels. Lily, Matt, thank you very much. Someone invited me to a comedy club. I asked where they said Philly. I asked venue. They said no, just Philly. They're all jokers. Lily from across the pond.
Lily knows. Which Lily needs to come to that Giants-Eagles game.
Yeah, we need you there, Lily.
What a plonker.
Vin, man, thank you very much. Do we end up seeing DJ game 3? Yes. I think Daniel Jones plays game 3. And I think it'll be a half. If I had to guess, I think he'll play a full half. And Sports Burner, thank you very much. No sack allowed by the backup O-line yet. Yeah. If you want to take some good signs out of this game, the backup offensive line's played well. I know we only have 7 points, but the backup offensive line's played well. They've opened up holes in the running game. It's been pretty good pass protection. I think that's a positive in terms of the depth of the offensive line. And, as we talked about earlier, Booker looked really good. I thought Glennon looked pretty good. And there's been some individuals on defense that have looked good as well.
Yeah, definitely. Carter Coughlin's looked good today. Mondre Harper did not, but Coughlin, Zeminis, they both look good on the defensive side of the ball. And we've seen some good catches from some of the Giants guys today.
Start of the fourth quarter, as the Giants take the snap, they're going to turn, they're going to give it. Off left guard pushes foot. That was a good run there by Clement.
I like that. That's something Barkley has to learn to do. There's just nothing there, and you find a way to get 3 yards. It's not sexy. It's not showing up on a highlight reel. It's not showing up in a film session, but it's effective. You'd much rather have second and 7 than second and 12, because you're trying to find a long game. Just get what you can get.
Yeah, it was a good job by Clement to put the head down, get 3 yards. So we 2nd and 7 here in Browns territory. Play action under pressure, the work, he just had to get rid of that.
Yeah, I don't think Pettis was even looking for that. He definitely had to get rid of that. Pettis didn't even have a chance to get his head around. The pressure was immediate.
O-line did not look good on that play. 3rd and 7.
About the work just to get rid of the ball.
Yeah. And Darren, man, thank you very much. Looking good for – yes. Yeah, I think I forgot the number, but I remember saying at the beginning.
34.5, I think he said.
Yeah, it's not done, but it's looking good for sure.
2 touchdowns.
Yeah. And Levi, man, thank you very much. Eli is the best Giant to wear blue, in my opinion. I love Eli. He's my favorite player ever. I won't even go that far. You got to go with Lawrence Taylor.
Taylor by far. He's
the greatest quarterback. And Lewerke, little pump fake, buys time with the legs. He's going to go down, a 3-yard loss on the sack. Browns are going to get the ball back.
So that's the first sack the Giants have given up today. But I don't think Lewerke had anywhere to go with the ball. So we'll see if what's his face here? Then losing my mind here with the damn kicker. See if we can punt him deep.
As Thomas, man, thank you so much, man, for the $2 donation, man. I really appreciate it, buddy. And yeah, why am I forgetting the punter's name off the top of my head?
All of a sudden, it's just
you got me. Here we go. Giants set the punt away.
That was better.
It's a low line drive punt here.
Riley Dixon.
Yeah, Dixon. Yeah, as Riley Dixon, as he's tackled down at the 8. We're in preseason mode too, Bad Dog.
Where Santoso needs to be in there, right? I see the Giants team. I'm telling you, Rodarius Williams is going to pick this. It's going to happen.
As we get a commercial, I'm going to grab my 3rd beer real quick. It's right here.
Get that.
I'll be right back.
Coverage sack. That's right, Cabot Trips. Look like a coverage sack. Yeah, listen, man. I'm Eli Manning to me, probably the 2nd greatest Giant ever. But there's not. Lawrence Taylor is the best defensive player to ever play in the NFL. So obviously, you got to go with him. The greatest. It's not close. It's not.
You don't even need to put best defensive player, best player.
Well, I still got to give the nod to Jerry Rice because he's just so far ahead of everybody. And think about where the league is now, where they throw the ball 1,000,000 times a game, and still nobody's breaking his records.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's not just the regular season, the postseason too. The guy, GOAT, Jerry Rice, man.
You definitely can make an argument for Rice. You could obviously make an argument for Brady.
It's between those 2 guys. I'm not giving that to a quarterback. And I love Brady. You know that. Brady's the greatest quarterback ever, but I'm not giving that to a quarterback. Can't.
And Dharma, man, thank you very much. What's up, G's? Would not be surprised if Sills takes Slay's spot. Slayton? We've only seen a little bit, but I enjoy what I've seen, even though it's been against backups. That's not happening. Yeah. Slayton's making the team.
Yeah,
but
Sills doesn't start unless there's injuries.
I know everybody loves Sills, and I hope he makes the team. He's a fan favorite, and he has looked good. He made a really nice catch earlier where it was all hands on the last drive. And I hope he makes the team. He's been fighting to make this team for a couple of years. If he doesn't, he'll be on the practice squad if nobody claims him. But no, there's no way he's taking Slayton's spot. Slayton's going to be at the starting lineup for this team.
Gary Constable, you're right. Mark Collins was a guy. I loved Mark Collins, a very underrated cornerback with the Giants, and he did. He played Jerry Rice. He was very physical with Jerry Rice, and he had a lot of confidence, and that goes a long way. Mark Collins got up for the games against Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice did not do a lot against Mark Collins. He didn't. Mark Collins loved playing against him. You always get up for that game, and that's why the Giants are able to beat the 49ers the way they did, because Mark Collins was able to take him out of the game. That was big. I mean, even in 1990 when the Giants lost 7-3, Jerry Rice didn't do anything. Jerry Rice didn't do very much in the playoff game either.
And somebody, Jimenez is definitely making the team. He's looked great today. I think he's definitely making the team. And here we go. We're
played well today.
Yeah, Jimenez. He's probably been the biggest standout on the defensive side of the ball.
All right, let's see if the defense is going to make a big play here. It looks like Cleveland might run here, so Giants got to stuff it.
13:33 to go here in the fourth. Browns have it from their own 9. Offset eye, takes the snap, turns, gives, and he's going to push forward for close to 5. It'll be 2nd and 6.
So good job there by the Giants, kind of bottling it up a little bit. But again, if you're Cleveland, that's what you want. You want 2nd and 6 from down here. But the Giants defense needs to, like I said, they need to swallow up one of these runs. They do give him 5, so it's 2nd down and probably a long 5. But Giants defense, let's see what they can do. They keep showing Matt Cole out there.
Yeah, he's got a wide receiver number, and he's out there playing cornerback.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got 2 to 44s in the team too, so.
Yeah. So it'll be 2nd and 5 here from the 14. Takes the snap, let under pressure. He's going to throw. He hits the tight end, and he's going to get the first down. Pick up of about 6. They'll have it at the 20, I think.
Yeah, first down. Harris got over there and made the tackle, but why do they keep showing Cole anyway? And it's curious. Is there a story behind this? I don't have my TV up, so they've showed Cole a lot today. Yeah,
I mean, Cole's a special teamer, and I don't know. Maybe he's not normally. I don't know enough about Cole to be honest with you.
I don't either. I didn't know why they keep showing him.
Maybe he's not normally a corner. Maybe they're trying to get a look on the defensive side.
That could be.
Here we go. Browns got it at their own 20. Takes the snap. He's going to turn. He's going to give it off the right guard, and he'll get lose a yard, rather. It'll be 2nd and 11. 12.
That was a much better job that time of not allowing them to get any penetration there or any push forward and making it 2nd down and 11. These are 2nd and 6 and 2nd and 11 are such a huge difference. So that 5 yards is such a big difference because now you're really looking at a passing down. If they run it again, obviously you hope you stop them, then it's 3rd and long, but 2nd and 11, the entire playbook's not open on 2nd and 11. It is on 2nd and 5.
That's what I thought, guys. I thought he was a receiver, so that's why they keep showing him because he's a wide receiver playing cornerback.
Okay.
I guess they're just trying to give him a different look. Might as well. It's preseason. 11:27 to go. Let out of the gun. Looks left. Throws left. And a horrible throw.
Good pressure up the middle again by the Giants that time. Johnson out there on the coverage. Thought he might have had a pick. But that's just good pressure up the middle. If you're going to get to a quarterback, that's where you want to get it. Don't let them step into the throw. The throw will sail if they throw it flat-footed. That's exactly what happened to the letter there. So Giants with a big play here. Obviously want to get off the field, get good field position. 3rd down 11. This is where you make your money as a defensive. We'll see what they do. You're going to drop back in coverage and play a little soft zone. Or you're going to bring the pressure on 3rd and 11. See what they do.
3rd and 11 here from their own 19-yard line. Browns trying to pick this up. Giants trying to get off the field for an opportunity to tie it. As Giants get a good jump off the snap, takes a hit as he throws it, and he overthrows it by about maybe 2 or 3 yards. Giants are going to get the ball back here.
They went after Cole on that one, and Cole was definitely beat. If it wasn't for the pressure up the middle there, that might have been a touchdown. Obviously Cole gets lost. I mean, he's a wide receiver out there. I mean, he's not. You know what? Cornerbacks are wide receivers without good hands. It's pretty much what they are. So they play defense.
It's cool to get an opportunity to play the position, though. 4th and 11. CJ Board set to return the punt here. 11:15 to go here in the 4th. And Michael, man, very much. How could have Jason Seorn? How good? I think you meant to say how good could Jason Seorn been without you? I mean, he was one of the better cornerbacks in the NFL before the injury. Yeah, I mean, he was really good. And I don't like. Well, that's a horrible fair catch by CJ Board.
And a horrible fumble by CJ Board. He muffed it.
And we'll see. And I know Board's not going to be the punt returner come regular season, but there wasn't a guy within 20 yards.
I don't think you could see it.
Yeah.
But then you got to catch it. If you're going to make a fair catch it. You don't need to worry about running after the catch.
You got to take a shot there if you're Bored. Like you said, he must have lost it in the sun or something.
I just saw him shade his eyes, so I didn't know. But,
Sills over Board and Pettis. Yeah, I mean, if he makes it, that's going to be what happens. Board's not going to make the team.
I think Sills should make it over Board. I don't know about Pettis. That's
to be honest with you, I think Pettis is a better receiver.
Yeah, that's
and I'm rooting for Sills, and I like Sills, and I know he brings a different dynamic than what Pettis does, but I think Pettis is the better receiver.
Notorious HAN says, thank God I found this channel today. Hard to get anything. Well, you turned into the right place because we do this every week. So
yeah, and we're subscribed to Bad Dog's channel as well. We're going to be doing the game over on his channel next week.
Yes, we switch channels, Notorious HAN, but we do this every week for the Giants. So we switch channels, and hey, we also do a talk show every week. It's usually Thursday or Friday. Sometimes depending on schedules, it changes around, but we definitely a lot of Giant stuff. So we appreciate you tuning in, man.
Yeah, I agree with the chat on Sills over Board in terms of a receiver. I definitely agree with that. Where Board holds the advantage, if they're going to go with him, is his special teams. Last year he was one of our best players on special teams. So he's not making the team because he's a great wide receiver. If he makes it, it's going to be because they prioritize special teams. But the fact the Giants went out there and added the guys they did, those guys are really good special teamers too. So with the trades they made the last couple of days, so I think that may have hurt Board's opportunity to make this team, and I think it opened up the opportunity for Pettis or Sills to get the 6 wide receiver spot. So I'm leaning it's going to be Pettis or Sills for that 6 wide receiver.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think CJ Board makes the team, but you never know. I mean, he hasn't done anything to really stand out. I think Sills is definitely in a better camp than him. So. David Lopez, I see you talking about Kenny Phillips. I loved Kenny Phillips out of Miami. I actually have a Kenny Phillips jersey. Like, that's how much I went to training camp in 2008, and I bought a Kenny Phillips jersey. And I loved Kenny Phillips. I still have it. But, yeah, it's too bad that he had the injury because I agree. I think he could have been a really good safety.
Oh, man, Zahai, man, I appreciate that, man. He says, Chris, I got a hookup. I want to send you a custom jersey. How can we make it happen? Zahai, I don't know if you have Twitter, Zahai. And he says, I got you next, Bad Dog. Zahai, man, I really appreciate that. That would be, I would wear it every stream. Well, I got to wear the red hoodies, Zahai, so you can't get mad at me. Motion, he's going to hand the Pettis off the right sideline there, pickup of 5. And that's the second time we've seen them use that play in this game. 2nd and 5 for the Giants.
Yeah, again, I mean, it's a good gain on first down, 2nd down and 5. That's where you want to be.
And I'm going to give you my email, Zahib, but if you have Twitter, you could also follow me there. One of my mods could post my Twitter link. I'd appreciate it. But there's my email. I just put it in the chat. But thank you very much for the thought, man. I really appreciate it. And Triggered Tricks. I'll get to that in 1 second when I get an opportunity. Giants coming out under center after the 4-yard gain on the end around. And here's a little work. He's got a man open in the flat.
Is that Carter Coughlin? Who the hell is that?
It's another 49, and it's not Coughlin.
Okay.
Everybody's got double numbers.
The Houseman? I thought that was Coleman for a second. I looked out there. I'm like, saw 49 is the first thing I thought of.
1st and 10. The Giants pick up the first down there. What's Barkley talking about there? He's a little demonstrative there on the sideline.
I think he was saying Carter Coughlin might have been able to catch that one.
1st and 10 for the Giants here at their own 40. And they'll take the snap. Another wide receiver screen to Pettis. Pettis turns the corner. And you got to think, Bad Dog, with how much playing time Pettis has got in this game, he's playing for his job. He's played the entire game. So you got to think that the Giants are really giving him a look to find out whether or not he's going to be worthy of that 6th wide receiver.
That's the type of pass I can see Kadarius Toney catching for the Giants this year.
For sure.
Something like that.
So it'll be 2nd and 4. And Triggered, man, thank you very much. Hey, homies, been watching you guys for a while. We appreciate that, man.
Always appreciate it, buddy.
And it feels like you two are the only people who see the Giants how I see them. Keep it going. You got a great fan base behind. Man, we say it all the time. And, a little RPO.
Oh, look at the wheels by LeWerk.
Oh, LeWerk down to the 34.
Daniel Jones taking that one to the house.
I like it, though. Look, that's the first time we've seen the RPO today.
It is. It worked to perfection.
Good blocking by the Giants as well on that play.
Good job by LeWerk to get out of bounds.
And we really appreciate that, by the way. Thank you very much, Zahib.
Yeah, you the man, Zahib. No doubt, man. Appreciate it, buddy.
And here we go. Giants got it here at the 34. Going to get to that in 1 second, Zahib. As Jones takes the – not Jones. Takes the snap, turns, gives and a pickup of about, was that Brightwell? That was the rookie Brightwell.
It is a flag at the end of it. I don't know if there's a face mask. It was a late flag that came in there. Brightwell, the 5th round pick out of Arizona.
I like that. He got a little physical there at the end. Zahid, man, thank you very much. I don't have Twitter, but I can hit you up on Instagram right now. And I got you. I appreciate this. Zahid, man, thank you very much.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I never go on Instagram, but I'll check it for sure after the stream. And Roll, get to you in 1 second, my man.
I'm just looking at Brightwell. I remember somebody mentioned Brightwell was pretty much a downhill runner. I mean, I would imagine he's going to make the team.
I don't know if he will, because unless Clement doesn't make it.
That's true, because they signed Devontae Book. I mean, but they might carry 4 running backs. You got no Barkley.
You got Penny, though. You got Penny.
No, but who?
Penny. Oh, Eli Penny.
Right. Yeah.
5 if you keep Clement.
Good point. It's tough. I mean, Clement's going to make this team, I would imagine.
But I like the way Brightwell looked on that run, man. He finished.
Well, he runs downhill. I mean, that's what somebody was telling me. You know, he's not going to blow you away, but he's a downhill runner. He's going to get your tough yards in short yard situation. Good driver to Giants here, though. Let's see if they can finish it with 6.
Giants got in the red zone where, of course, they struggled all year last year. And I look for Sills here as the Browns jump offside. So the Giants are going to have first and 5 at the 9.
Yeah, Sills or Willis. I mean, we've seen Willis down here inside the red zone. Who the hell are the tight ends right now? Like, I like to see a throw to the tight end. Barkley is. I think Barkley's itching to get out there, Chris. I think that's why he's so demonstrative. I think he's feeling good. He hasn't played football in a year. You know, he is chomping at the bit to get out there. I think he's got the football juices flowing. I think that's why he's so demonstrative over there.
I'm gonna tell you what, and Rolly, I'm gonna get to this at the end of this drive, but I am so excited to see Barkley back on a football field.
Hell yeah.
First and 5 from the 9. Giants out of the gun. He's going to turn. He's going to give it to Brightwell. Brightwell gets back.
Going on over there.
Oh, we got a little extracurricular here.
Where's the taunting? He's standing over him.
What was that? Where's the flag?
I mean, they talk about the taunting. I mean, that's taunting. Stood over the top of him.
Well, he pulled a Tyronn Lue or Allen Iverson against Tyronn Lue.
AI can do whatever he wants. AI, man. We talk about practice.
2nd and 3. And Roldy, man, thank you very much. Welcome to Torius. You are in one of the best live streams. You got Chris, who is the #1 fandom fan. Giants can't do no wrong in his eyes. And you got Ben, who's the – oh, come on, my man. Roldy, man, I appreciate it, man.
Roldy loves it. Roldy.
I love Roldy. And it looks like the dog's getting a – RV, that's his name, is getting a little into it here. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3 for the Giants here. 8:02 to go. Takes the snap, turns, gives to Brightwell. Brightwell tries to turn the corner, and he's going to get stuffed for no gain. It'll be 3rd.
That is not Brightwell's strength. You don't want Brightwell running perpendicular to the line. Brightwell's got to go. He's got to go right there. He can't go outside. I know that there was a lineman there, but he's got to plunge forward. I think he could have got the first down had he just taken off and went. I think he would have been dragging that defender for 3 yards. Because there was a pretty good hole over there. And again, you can't – that used to – when Brandon Jacobs – I'm not saying Brightwell's Jacobs because he's not. But that used to drive me insane with Brandon Jacobs when he would try to go outside. I'm like, bro, you're 6'4", 265. Blow your shoulder and get the yards.
I'm with you.
Brightwell should have went straight ahead there.
So here we go. Shotgun formation here for the Giants. And the Giants are going to burn the timeout. They only had 1 second on the play clock.
4-down territory, Chris?
Yeah, halfway through the 4th. Yeah, I'm going for it if I don't get it here. Yep, 100%.
You still need a touchdown.
Yeah, you got to go for it, especially in preseason.
I mean, obviously it affects his play call on 3rd down.
Yeah,
you might run again. You might play action. You might do some different. I would like to see the RPO again.
And Aiden, man, thank you very much. Aiden, what's going on, man? How's it going, Chris? Can't afford to be – no, are you kidding me, man? Thank you so much for being here. Can't afford to be sending too many of these right now because I spend $1,000 to fix my truck. Loving the return. Hey, man, Aiden, we always love doing these streams, man. And I hope you're doing well, and good luck to your Packers this year. I know you're a big Packers fan.
They're saying Brightwell's 5'1", according to NBC.
5'1"? I know he's not.
Obviously an error. I think he's 6'1", but obviously an error. Of course, who is it that thinks you're 5'1"?
Yeah, there's visual proof now, Bavith, if you're watching the stream. I'm not.
Bavith met you in person, so you know.
Yeah, he met me in person. Here we go. Giants take the snap out of the gun, looks right, throws right, and he's got him.
Bills, baby.
Little
great adjustment by Sills coming back to the ball. Yeah, he made the team right there, baby.
Stand up, New York Giant fans. David Sills, and they're going for 2.
Great adjustment. I like it. Go for 2. You got nothing to lose.
Why not?
It was a great adjustment. I mean, he saw the ball in the air. He turned. He caught the ball. See, I'll tell you, man, these Giants receivers today, the backups, great job with the hands. I don't remember them dropping a pass. Like, it caught some contested passes in tight coverage. I mean, it's good. You want to catch with your hands. Don't catch with your body. You're going to drop. That's Ingram's problem. He catches it with his body. You got to catch with your hands.
Let's see what they do here. They got Brightwell still in the backfield. It'll be for the 2-point conversion. He's going to keep it, and that's just a horrible throw. There's a flag.
Flag. He was held on his break, so then if I'm the Giants, I just run the ball. I mean, let Brightwell do it. You drafted him for a reason. Let's see if he can plunge it in there.
I'm with you on that. Pound it up the middle here. Now that you got it.
Second, from the 1.
And Kyle, man, thank you very much. Hey guys, I have to say, Glennon's played a whole hell of a lot better than Thorson. Yeah, well, Thorson sucks. Glennon's definitely going to be the backup. We knew that before the first preseason game. But Glennon played really well today. I thought he did anyway. I thought he looked good. So that was encouraging for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
So now they're going to have it at the 1. And so, hey, man, thank you very much. I just emailed you, Chris, and no problem. I'll definitely get back to you, man. And I really appreciate it, man.
He's the man.
And I'm looking forward, Bad Dog as well. We're both looking forward to meeting all you guys.
No doubt.
The Giants came against the Eagles.
The best.
Giants got it here at the 1. 7-11 to go here in the 4th. I formation. Brightwell's in there. And they're going to give it to Brightwell. Nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go. Good job by Cleveland. I mean, they stuffed him. There's just nowhere to go for Brightwell. Good job. I like the play call, but the execution not there by the offensive line.
Like you said, it's preseason. Why not? You're at the 1. Give him a shot.
Yeah. I mean, you got to see what you can do as far as being down there. You got to try to run it. Can't be throwing it every time you're at the 1. So I like the play call. Like I said, the execution by the offensive line. Good job by Cleveland's defense. 14-13 Cleveland.
And Mark, man, thank you very much. Long off season, the best stream. We appreciate that, Mark, man. Mark's a big Met fan as well. Thank you so much for being here, buddy.
Let's go.
And our Mets suck, by the way, Mark. Let me update the scoreboard real quick. 14-13, a little more than halfway through the 4th quarter. Yeah. And Vin, man, thank you very much. You all think Garrett will do a good job or be replaced? All right, Vin, I'm curious to get Bad Dog's take on this, but I'll respond first. Here's my prediction about Jason Garrett this year. No matter what happens, he will not be a Giant the following year because I think it clearly showed this offseason that Garrett wants a head coaching job. He went out there, interviewed for the Chargers. So the way I look at it, Bad Dog, if the Giants offense is good this year and Jones takes a big step up, I think he gets a head coaching opportunity, whether it's in the pros or whether it's in college. And I think he's going to take that. I think that's what he ultimately wants. I think that's why he took this job to begin with. And if he's bad and the offense is stagnant, I think he's going to get fired. So what I'll say about Garrett, and it's what we say all the time, I do have confidence that Garrett, if he has the proper support system with his track record, like he's demonstrated in the past, could have a good offense. So I'm going to say yes. I think last year he didn't have a chance. So I'm going to say if the Giants can block, I think the Giants offense could be good. So I will say yes.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think Garrett comes back either way. Hopefully it's because the Giants offense is good and he gets a head coaching job. But, I mean, people hate on Garrett. I get it. The offense sucked, but I still have a hard time wrapping my head around how people can make excuses for Daniel Jones. I know some people can just say that it's Jason Garrett's fault. Jason Garrett are the same guys work with Daniel Jones. So if Daniel Jones has no talent, Jason Garrett has no talent. And Jason Garrett had to be cautious with this. They didn't have a lot. And like Chris said before, that was really the game plan if you're going to win games, and that's how they won games. Vanilla offense, let your defense do the work. And that's really how it had to be because the defense definitely was way more talented than the offense. The offensive line struggled. Daniel Jones got injured. We had no Saquon Barkley. I don't know what Garrett can do. You can't really have extravagant play calling when you really don't have a lot to use. So all things being considered, we're going to know with Kadarius Toney. I think that's how you're going to see what Jason Garrett does with Kadarius Toney. I think you'll know what he does with the offense. We'll see. But I think with a healthy Giants team, Kenny Golladay in there, Kadarius Toney in there, and a healthy Barkley, you're going to see a much different offense, in my opinion. So I think Garrett, if these guys stay healthy, I think Garrett can do a good job with the offense. I believe in Garrett. I do. I believe in the coaching staff. But They got to execute. And we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think Garrett's elite. And I don't think he's a guy that can make something. Like, here's what I'll say. He's not on the level of Patrick Graham. Like, Patrick Graham last year made something out of what we thought was going to be nothing because he was great. He was able to scheme it, right? Blah, 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 blah. I don't think Garrett's that. But I think if Garrett has the necessary pieces in place, which we hope he does this year, yes, I think he could orchestrate a solid offense in the NFL. I have confidence in that, yes. And Josh, man, thank you very much. This Johnson guy, number 34 on the Browns, is a punk. I think his name's Jackson, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I've seen him grab a couple of face masks, Josh. But thank you so much, man. Jimmy, man, I'm going to get to that in 1 second. Browns got it here. 7-11 to go in the fourth. Giants are going to need a 3 and out. He's going to turn. He's going to give it. Tries to bounce it to the side. And nice move by Kelly as he broke a couple of tackles. Picks up 7 down the left sideline.
Giants got to make those tackles.
I'm with you.
You got to make those tackles. You got the guy for no gain. He ends up getting 7. So good job by Kelly, but you got to make those tackles.
And Jimmy,
I'm not going to get a Matt Cole as a wide receiver. He's not supposed to be out there.
And Jimmy says, fired him. I'm assuming you're talking about Garrett. Fired him now. Let me ask Bad Dog this, because I was actually asked this on JD Sports Talk after this play. I'll ask it about Garrett. Here we go. 2nd and 2, 6:34 to go here in the fourth. Coming out under center from their own 33. We'll see if the Giants can get a stop here. Takes the snap. He turns. He gives it. And he's got a hole. He picks up about 9, maybe 10, up to about the 42 of
Kelly's
Cleveland.
looking in this game for Cleveland. He has done a good job. He's been finding holes. He's got a good burst through the line of scrimmage, and he's looked elusive. I mean, he's had a good game. So
let me ask you this about Garrett, Bad Dog. If the Giants get off to a bad start offensively this year, say that 6, 7 games in, the offense is stagnant. And they're still semi-competitive because of the defense. You think he fires Garrett, or at least relieves him of his play calling duty?
This is what I think about that whole thing. Unless you're bringing in the future offensive coordinator that's going to replace him, it doesn't make any sense. Because Daniel Jones is going to have to learn another play. Yeah. He's going to have to learn another play system, and then going into the offseason, you have to learn yet another one. So unless you are replacing Jason Garrett with the guy that's going to be your offensive coordinator in 2022,
on the staff,
I don't care how bad Jason Garrett is, it doesn't make any sense. Don't make Daniel Jones learn another playbook in the middle of the season and another playbook going into the next year.
So your mindset is going into this year, no matter what,
he's got to stay there.
Let Garrett finish the year.
Yeah, because if the Giants are this bad offensively and they're winning, it doesn't matter. If the Giants are this bad and they're losing, what's the difference? I mean, it doesn't matter. I think Garrett's got to be there the whole season. I don't want Daniel Jones having to learn all these playbooks.
Yeah.
So
that's a good point you bring up, especially midseason. That's a good point you bring up. Yeah. Browns got it here at their own 42-I formation. He's going to turn. He's going to give it up the middle, and he goes forward for 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Cleveland's been able to run the ball very effectively here in this half.
And Matt says Russ Callaway as the new potential offensive coordinator. Yeah, he's the young guy we got from LSU that I think was the passing game coordinator there. And I agree with you, Matt. He's one of the 2 or 3 favorites that I think will replace Garrett eventually if we do hire somebody from within the staff.
Yeah. I mean, if the Giants are bringing in the guy that's going to be there next year and Garrett's struggling, I'm with that. That's fine. But again, you can't bring in just a temporary guy and then not have him fill the hole in 2022.
2nd and 4. Browns have it. Play action. Rollout. Has time. He's got a man. Caught down to the 42 of the Giants. So it'll be 1st down. 5:11 to go.
Yeah, again, Cleveland's been able to do that a lot. A lot of tight ends have been very involved in the play, passing game here for Cleveland today. There's a late flag, I guess. There is Dr. Garrett.
He's not clapping again. What's going on, Garrett?
He's talking. I think that's the work over there.
Yeah, that's the work.
He's talking about another RPO.
And Jimmy says, name a good coach who writes fight with his magic mark on his shirt. Just keep clapping, Garrett.
And then they get in a fight.
Yeah, they got into a fight the same day.
Yeah, they did.
5:11 to go here in the fourth. And Dylan, man, thank you very much. So, Chris, whose house did you break in? No, it's actually my good friend's house. I'm dog sitting. He's away on vacation, and because of the hurricane, so I came over here.
The penalty was on Cleveland. I don't know what the penalty was. They were 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 here for Cleveland at their own 42. Shotgun formation, man in motion left to right. 4:51 to go, takes the snap, drops back to pass, little pump fake, dumps it out in the flat to the running back, and he made another bad job. 2 missed tackles, 3 missed tackles by the Giants, and he's down in the Giants territory.
At least 3 missed tackles. That's what Mims did to him in the last game. You got to make these tackles. I mean, I don't care what level you're on. But Kelly makes one man miss, another man. That's a poor effort by Downs. I mean, come on. You got to push him out of bounds.
No way Downs is making this team.
Come on. I mean, what the hell was that?
He was just, what was that? Was he playing two-hand touch?
I don't know what the hell. You got to push him out of bounds there. It's a bad job.
That was bad. 1st and 10 here for the Browns after that. And let's see what we got here. And Edge, man, thank you very much. Freddie Kitchens will be the next OC. He's definitely – him and Callaway, I would say, are the 2 favorites. Nobody's lined up in the slot. They missed that. The Giants had nobody guarding the guy in the slot as a handoff up the middle to Stanton.
Nice tackle there.
Yeah.
We got to get off the field.
But, yeah, I'm with you. I think Kitchens is definitely one of the 2 or 3 favorites for sure. He's probably the favorite, Edge, actually, if they're going to hire somebody from on the staff. Kitchens, Callaway, because Kitchens obviously was the guy that subbed in for him last year when Garrett had to miss time due to COVID.
Yeah.
And also Shaplinski, the quarterback coach. I guess he's got a shot too. But
like I said, if it's the guy they're bringing in for 2022 and they want to get rid of Garrett, fine. I just don't see the point of bringing in a temporary guy.
2nd and 7 and a nice – did he drop that? Yeah, he did. So 3rd and 11.
And again, they're going after Matt Cole, which is understandable. You got a wide receiver out there playing defensive back, and he's lost. You can't get on the kid. He's just a body.
That's all he is. Yeah, that's all he is right now.
Really it. I mean, I know you don't care. It's preseason, but give the kid a little help over there.
3:16 to go. So the Giants, if they could get a stop here, would have plenty of time. Only one.
We got that game for the work in there, so a good chance if they get the field goal win.
He's going to have to do a lot of RPO. 3:16 to go. Takes the snap. Loletta looks right. Throw. Nice white one-handed grab there by the tight end, but he's going to be short.
Now, Cleveland is in it. I mean, this would be a 53-yarder from here. Giants have one timeout left. I mean, you go for it. You get it. The game's pretty much over.
It's a 48-yarder. They got it to 31.
Oh, my bad. So, yeah. I think you got to go with a field goal.
In a real game, I think you go for the field goal. In a preseason game, they might go for it.
They might. I mean, they've been able to do that all day. They've been able to run the ball effectively. They've been able to hit the tight ends. They're going to kick a field goal.
So they will kick the field goal. It's going to be a 49-yard attempt from the right hash. 2:35 to go. They snapped it earlier than they should have, and he kicks it, and it's right down the middle. So they leave the Giants with probably another 15 seconds than they should have. Giants will have 2:29 to go to score a touchdown with one timeout.
There's Baker and Odell.
There you go.
All right, here comes LeWark. Show us that bulldog mentality.
Let's see if LeWark could prove worthy of being a third-string quarterback here. Maybe get a game-winning drive with just over 2 minutes to go.
Somebody said Joe Judge is beyond overrated. Can you explain? I just explain. People come up with these comments, but they have no reasoning.
All they do is look at the record. You tell me a coach.
I just want to know why he's overrated.
Tell me a coach last year that would have won a lot more than 6 games with this Giant.
Who overrates him? The media hates him. So who's overrating him? It's kind of like saying Eli Manning was overrated when all anybody did was hate on Eli. So I don't quite understand the comment. Nobody's sitting there, but Giants fans like him. But
he said 6 wins. Saquon Barkley. I said, how many? I don't know if you're an unrealistic Giants fan or not. How many wins when your guy Saquon Barkley went down week after week 1 last year with the defense that we thought we had going into the year, with the offensive line that we thought we had going into the year, with the shortened offseason, with a quarterback in a new scheme? How many wins did you expect the Giants to have?
The fact that they were 5-3 in their last 8 games that everybody beat up is pretty impressive to me, especially since they played such a tough schedule. But everybody's entitled to their opinion. I don't understand the overrate. I don't know who's overrating him.
And the Giants are going to start at the 25 here. 2:29 to go in the 4th.
I think Giants fans have a right to be encouraged. The team fights for them. That's all you can ask. That's what you want to see from your team. You know, the Giants didn't have a lot of talent last year. Their offensive line, they played 3 rookies. They didn't have their best player. Daniel Jones is hurt. I mean, I don't know what more they could have done.
No, that's a good point. Jones missed 2 games too.
You know, and he wasn't healthy when he came back. He wasn't healthy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If he, I mean, I just don't know who's overrating him. I don't know what people are.
Here's the work from his own 25 out of the gun, takes the snap, looks right, comes back center, goes back right, and he gets about a yard on the check down. It'll be second.
That probably takes a 2-minute warning, I would imagine. Unless the Giants hurry up. And I would just like to see him go to the 2-minute warning. There's no reason to hurry. You got plenty of time. You got a timeout, 2 minutes to go. 2nd and 9, this is obviously a big play. It doesn't look like they're going to snap it.
They are going to get it off at their own 26. Drops back to pass. Lewerke steps up, throws. He's got him down the right sideline. That's a first down, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Sills with the catch.
Flag in the play. Let's see if Sills pushed off. Joe Judge is very happy about it.
Oh, this is coming back. I didn't see the push off, but obviously we saw it after the fact.
Yeah. So 2nd down and 19, and now you do have the 2-minute warning. So it's a big penalty there. And let's take them. It was a good throw. It was a good job by Lewerke to roll out right through a good pass. But obviously Sills must have been open for a reason.
Yeah, he must have pushed. I mean, we didn't see it from our angle, but I'm sure they're going to show it after. That's what they got him for.
Yeah.
2-minute warning. Giants have one timeout. 17-13 Cleveland.
Strider, he must have pushed off. I mean, they didn't show the replay, but he was pretty wide open. So it's very possible on the comeback he pushed off into the space.
If anything, it's us overrating Judge as the guy when Judge has only one season. I agree with that sentiment, Authentic, in terms of people who think he can't do anything wrong. I
think maybe Giants fans.
Yeah. I often warn against that. I'm like, as much as I love Judge and I'm going to continue to support him, don't build him up to be this, like, the next Bill Belichick, because then you're setting expectations way too high. So from that standpoint, I agree. League-wide, I definitely don't think he's overrated.
All you can see as a Giants fan is and again, it's not saying much because his team has been just trash for 3 years before he got here, and they weren't great last year, but you saw a better team. You saw a team that was in it pretty much every game, a team that was shorthanded offensively pretty much the entire season, and you saw a team that was 5-3 over the last 8 games. And although the division was terrible, they got themselves back into the divisional race. And maybe if Philadelphia does try to win that game, maybe the Giants win the division at 6-10, as bad as it is, but they would have had a playoff game. They found themselves back in there. They were able to sweep Washington. They beat Philadelphia. They beat Dallas. Those are 2 things I wanted to see happen. And they played much better the last 8 games of the season without, with Daniel Jones being hurt a lot of it. So there's a reason to believe Joe Judge has these guys playing better, playing harder. Because they were undermanned. They're not as good as Cleveland. Cleveland kicked them. They're not as good as Baltimore. They weren't as good as Seattle. We were able to beat Seattle. So I don't know. I understand Giants fans are happy with him, and maybe fans do, but fans do that, which is why we're fans. We are going to pump our team up. We're going to believe in a lot of our guys. If there's anybody that doesn't believe it, it's me. I mean, I have no problem ripping everybody. I don't care. But I think Joe Judge did a good job. Is he Belichick? No. Is he Parcells? No. Is he Coughlin? No. We can't give him that yet, but I like his attitude. I think the team plays hard for him. That's all you can ask. I think they got the most out of their guys. That's all you can ask.
The way I look at Judge is I'm gonna believe it. I'm gonna trust him until he gives me a reason not to, and I want to make sure the guy gets a fair opportunity as the Giants coach. That's my opinion on Judge, and so far I like what he's instilled in this football team. Chris says, "Why no Platzcom? I really don't understand why they aren't giving him." Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Actually, it's a good point you bring up. He hasn't even played in this game. I think it shows he's probably not making the team. But
I think they wanted to get a look at Brightwell today.
Which I think is understandable. He was hurt last game. You didn't get a chance to get a look at him.
So big down here for the Giants.
2nd and 19 here. 2 minutes to go. Takes the snap. Lewerke drops back, throw, and that's probably should have been caught. Regardless, it would only been about 3 or 4 yards. So
it was a little behind him, and I don't understand the 2-yard out to Gainwell on 2nd down and 19. Like that's you gotta try to get a chunk of that back. You're not going to get it.
I very much doubt that was the number one option.
Actually should have caught that ball. But Gainwell's not known for receiving the ball either.
Yeah, exactly. And T-Boy says Lewerke has a decent arm. He does. I've actually noticed that. He does have a decent arm. He's not making this team, but he does have a little zip on his throw. Lewerke out of the gun, 3rd and 19 from his own 16. Drops back to pass, and what is with the camera? The
cameraman also, is that Rice and John again?
That is Rice and John with a huge catch down the middle of the 45.
Was. So John back in the game, and that's a huge – I don't know what the cameraman was doing there. He's obviously on Preseason mode 2.
He's a third teamer. LeWerk drops back, throws, and that's caught, and that's going to be a gain. That's Brightwell, I think. That's a gain of 4.
They're definitely using Brightwell out of the back. I don't like. Again, it's not like I watch a lot of Arizona football, but from what I understand, Brightwell is really not a guy that catches a lot of passes. They have targeted him a lot out of the backfield today.
They got it here at midfield now. 2nd and 6 at their own 49. 4 wide set. LeWerk drops back under pressure, throw, and that looked like it could have been a flag, but
yeah, I was going to say, it looked like there might have been some contact at the top of the route there, but I guess no call. It was a great catch by Bryson Johns. Played well this preseason.
Yeah, he's impressed me.
Maybe he does. Maybe somebody mentioned it earlier. They said maybe Caden Smith is the surprise cut and they keep John.
I hope not. I like Caden Smith, but
they didn't use him.
I wouldn't be shocked if they went with 4 tight ends and 5 receivers. I wouldn't be shocked. 3rd and 6 here for the Giants. They only went with 5 receivers last year. Coming out in the shotgun formation, he's got 3 to the left, 1 to the right, especially if Rudolph's not ready to go.
Right.
Takes the snap, drops back to pass the work, and he's got to catch it. It was Bachman. It was actually not a bad throw by LeWerk. He put it on the back.
It was good. It's a back shoulder throw. I mean, it hit him in the breadbasket. You got to catch the ball.
I'd like to see the replay. Maybe the defender got a hand on it. No, he's got to catch it. Let me see.
It should have been a pass. It should have been a pass.
That's a pass interference. Come on. And they might review this. I mean, it's preseason, so they probably won't. That's
they could have. What's the difference? Well,
you can't
lose a timeout.
2 minutes. 4th and 6. Giants going to break the huddle. Get to these super chats when I can. Coming out in the shotgun formation. This is the last play if they don't get it. LeWerk drops back to pass. He's got him. It's caught, and he's going to get the first down.
Good job by Brightwell. I mean, he dropped the one pass, but that was a good catch. Again, it's contested. He reached out, grabbed it, got the first down.
Got to hurry up.
That's plenty of time here. They have to hurry up a little bit, but they got a lot of time here.
Only got 1 timeout, though. 42 seconds to go from the 45. LeWerk drops back, steps up.
That can't happen, though.
Now they got to use a timeout.
Yeah, that can't happen. You got to feel that. You got to get there's a flag, probably holding on the Giants as well. So to add insult to injury, although I'd imagine Cleveland would decline that.
And let me get Roldy. He says, I don't think he overrated, but you do have fans who put him on a pedestal where I agree with that. I like the guy, but I agree with that, Roldy. I think it's dangerous when you prop your coach up too much. I agree with
Roldy,
that.
I'll be honest. There's fans that put every Giant up on a pedestal. There's fans that just don't. They can't criticize the team. Like they think everybody's great, and it's unfortunately not the case. It just is.
I like the guy a lot, but I agree that for fans who say he's definitely going to be like the next great coach, you got to pump the brakes a little bit.
Listen, he did a good job. The team's improving. Let's see what he does this year. Let's give him another year before we. He was better than the last 2 coaches. We'll give him that.
And I love him, but you got to keep growing. That's all. 2nd and 13 here for the Giants.
No timeouts now. Middle of field should be open.
Yeah, you maybe throw it over the middle for 15 and spike it. LeWerk drops back, throws, caught, and this is caught by John, but it's just not enough yards here. 3rd and, I don't know, about 7 or 8, but the clock's going to tick.
Yeah. Need a first down, then you got to get it, spike it. Looked like offsides in Cleveland, no call.
3rd and 8 here from the 42, 17 seconds. They take the snap, and good job by LeWerk to get rid of him.
Left end definitely jumped. He was in the neutral zone with the snap. I don't know how you missed that. And John's hurt. I mean, John was banged up in that last one. Look at the left end. He's in the zone.
I hate that, man, because he was playing well.
He was limping on the last catch.
Yeah, he's hurt. He could put no pressure on that ankle. I hope he's all right. I don't think he was going to make the team, but he was playing well. Let's see what we got here. And Jimmy, man, thank you very much. Joe sounds and speaks like a 4-star general, like a soldier that's been on the front line. You have to try to dislike Judge, and progress is not linear. Well, I like Judge. I'm going to like Judge. I'm going to continue to like Judge, but I'm also not going to say that he's definitely going to be a great coach. I'm going to be realistic.
I hate seeing this for
John.
I mean, he's had a really good, the first 2 games of preseason, he's definitely made some big catches. He's looked pretty good out there. He's a big guy, 6'7", so he's a big target. He's looked athletic. It sucks to see him hurt. Hopefully it's nothing, but it doesn't look good. They got the shoe off. Again, he looked like he was limping around in the last play. And no timeouts, he couldn't come off. So
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't think he was making the team, but even if it's not even like a crazy injury, if he's not going to be able to play next week, that's going to seal his fate in terms of being able to make this team.
Yeah, sucks.
But hopefully it's nothing too serious. Hopefully it's just like an ankle sprain. But I don't think it's anything crazy serious. He's able to walk. He's getting a little bit of help, but he's putting a little bit of.
He looks like he's okay. I mean,
it's probably a sprain. It'll probably be a sprain tomorrow.
I don't know, man. You ever sprained your ankle? You really ain't walking like.
I've sprained my ankle. I'm going to tell you what. I've sprained my ankle before, and I've done it playing basketball, and I've played through it, and then the next day it got a lot worse.
That's true. I mean, it does swell up. I can be honest. I've sprained my ankle, and it hurt worse than I've broken my ankles. Literally, it cracked my growth plates. But I swear the ankle break was not nearly as painful as the sprain. As ridiculous as that sounds. When you have a clean break, it heals pretty quick. The sprains can linger forever.
4th and 8 here for the Giants.
Obviously, this is the game. You gotta somehow convert a first down, get up, spike, and then take a shot at the end zone. It's really what it's coming down.
Yeah, obviously your number one objective here, like you said, get the first down and then spike it. Takes the snap, drops back, will work. Rolls out to the right. He's going to chuck it down the side. That's caught. That is a first down. And I think he got out of bounds.
He did. So Giants have one shot at the end zone here. Willis. I don't know anything about this Willis guy, but he's played well. I mean, good job. He got held at the top of his route, comes back, catches the ball, gets out of bounds. Smart play.
So the Giants have it about the 26. They might have enough time to maybe get it 6 or 7 yards to get out of bounds, but that's playing with fire.
I don't know. It's going to be –
I think you take a shot.
You got to. What you talking about, Willis? You're talking about a first down. You're talking about practice.
From the 27, probably the last play here for Lewis.
I got to throw it into the end zone.
Takes the snap, rolls out to the right, buying, trying. Now he's going to throw to the opposite side of the field. And they had a shot there, but it was batted up in the air, and the Browns are going to come up with the interception, so they will win.
I don't know. I don't know what he was doing there at the defensive back. I know what he was doing, but Cleveland's going to win. But you know what? I think that there was definitely some good moments here for the Giants today. I think that we saw Zemenes, Carter Coughlin, they played well. Bryson John, when he was out there, I think that Devontae Booker played really well, and I think Glennon played well. Obviously, the Giants got to do a better job of making tackles. I think that is plaguing them. But all in all, I don't think that they were too bad today.
No. And again, very tough to judge the team, being that none of the starters played on either side of the ball. But I think there were some encouraging performances, individual, and that's what you look for in this game. I thought Rodarius Williams actually bounced back pretty well, too. Guy we didn't talk a lot about. He made a couple of nice plays in the slot.
Got all the way on third down for the tight end. That was
play, so. Yeah, so there were definitely Booker to me was the big standout on offense, along with Glennon, who I thought played pretty well in the limited time that he got. 3-3, man, thank you very much. He says, quick hypothetical, if you could only watch one Giants Super Bowl or Game 7 of the World Series for the Yankees and Mets, which one are y'all watching?
You got to worry about it.
Please, man. Man, I don't know. That's tough. Just because you said Game 7, it makes it interesting because it's an elimination game. I don't know. I have not flip a coin, man. That's equal to me. I guess I'd go with the Mets, but just because I've never seen them win. So that's what because I've seen the Giants win. I've never seen the Mets win. So I guess I'd go with that. But I mean, both would be incredible for me.
Yeah. I'll take both. But the Yankees are my favorite team of all time. I got to go with the Yankees. I'm a baseball guy, and that's just. I got to watch I mean, luckily that don't happen. World Series at the beginning of November, and the Super Bowl's at the beginning of February. So I would love to see the Yankees and the Giants in championship games. It happened in 2000. I think it's going to happen with the Giants. I don't even know if it's going to happen with the Yankees. The Yankees are going to have a hard time beating Tampa. Tampa Bay. The Yankees are hot. They can't get anything on Tampa. Tampa don't lose, and Tampa kicks all ass.
Tampa, it seems like in recent years.
Tampa's got the AL East's number. I mean, that's why they're in first place. They killed the Orioles. They've killed the Red Sox. They've killed the Yankees. That's the difference. They have owned it. The Yankees kind of stumbled, especially at the beginning of the year. Now they swept the Red Sox, and they're going to have the Orioles coming up. But that Rays team is good. And I know they're good enough. I think they're good enough to beat Chicago. They've had Chicago's number. I would like another shot at Houston, but that Tampa team's tough. And I don't want to get ahead of myself because the Yankees might be in a wild card game. They're going to have to beat a team like Oakland or Boston. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think the Yankees are dangerous right now. Connor, man, thank you very much. Single most boring game of my life. I mean, it's preseason, so you don't go into a preseason game thinking it's going to be the most. And I'm going to tell you what, Connor.
You think that was boring? You didn't watch the game last week.
And I'm going to tell you what, Connor, get ready. The first regular season game, if you're a guy that doesn't appreciate defense, it's going to be boring for you too. Because it's not going to be a high-flying game with the Giants in Denver going at it week one. And the same could probably be said for the Giants-Washington game. Those are going to be grinded out defensive football games. So don't expect high-flying action the first 2 weeks.
No.
And the sports burner,
I don't care what it looks like. Just win.
Yeah, exactly. Sports burner says this was a fun game, unlike last week. Good game, fellas. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean,
it's true.
Last week was worse in terms of being boring.
Last week was bad.
Yeah.
At least LeWark, at least he showed some sign. I mean, Thorson was just a disgrace out there.
Wow, he missed so many throws.
It was bad.
And dependable line, man. Thank you very much. Boring. So some touch. Yeah, he spelt it wrong.
Oh gosh.
And JD Sports Talk, man. Thank you very much. Awesome stream. You guys make a meaningful game. I appreciate it, man. Yeah. JD, preseason games, I'm not gonna lie, they're tough. I mean, I love doing. I'm not tough. It's always fun to do these, but you don't have the same
intensity. It's
intensity.
You don't care about the result at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Way different.
Yeah, you care about the individual, especially when the first team doesn't play at all. But regardless, it's just fun to be doing these again, man. Getting the Giants crowd together, getting the community back together, and start doing these games. And obviously, game one is going to be.
And listen, I don't know much about Cleveland's depth, but Cleveland is a good team. I mean, Cleveland is a team that took a big step last year. They're probably going to take a big thing. They may win the AFC North. That's a very tough division, but I think they're better than Baltimore. I think that they're the team that comes out. They were my sleeper. I mean, there were a lot of people sleepers last year. Maybe not a sleeper, but picked to do really well. And listen, they gave Kansas City all that they wanted. So
after Mahomes went down, they had a shot to win.
They did. I think because Cleveland was getting, they could have laid down and they didn't. Baker showed a lot of result. Listen, Baker, people don't need to like Baker. He's a punk. He's got a chip on his shoulder. As a Sooner fan, I loved Baker Mayfield. I love a quarterback that doesn't back down from adversity and doesn't give a damn. I like that in a quarterback. I think Nick Chubb is a beast. They're good. That's a good team. So, you know what? I'm glad that the Giants had that intensive practices with them and a good game today from both teams. I'm glad that there was really nobody that seriously got injured. We don't know about Rice and John, but other than that, there was nobody that really looked. Well, one of the Cleveland Browns, I think, went back to the locker room, but nothing really serious.
Yeah, one of the linebackers got hurt.
So I think it was a good game, and I know it's preseason, but definitely better than last week's game.
Yeah, and listen, next week it'll be a lot more fun because you're gonna have the starters, and it's gonna be closer to the regular season. Then obviously, in 2 weeks after that, we're gonna be going crazy with the Giants versus the Broncos, and I think it's gonna be a game much like this one. Actually, I think it's gonna be right around the score of today's game. Obviously, I hope we're on the winning end of it, but I think it's gonna be a game right in the mid to low 30s. I think it's gonna be a defensive battle, but it's gonna be a game we're gonna have to win. You have to limit turnovers, and I think we got a good shot to beat them. But yeah, I mean, like you said, a game like this, you look at individuals. You don't really care about the score. Preseason, your record means absolutely nothing. As a matter of fact, I never root for my team to lose, but part of me is just like safety wins for the regular season. Yep. I'm just like I don't know. Like we went 4-0 in 19 and we were horrible. So
we were 0-4 in 2011, and we know how that ended up.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I don't know, man. Part of me is just like, all right, we lost them. In a way, I'm like, all right.
Yeah, listen, I mentioned this on the stream on when do we do that? Thursday night. So I said, listen, I'm the most competitive guy you're ever going to meet. I want my teams to win, but I don't need winning or not winning is secondary to health in the preseason. You can't sit there and go, this guy sucks. I mean, it's third and fourth string guys. A lot of guys that aren't going to make the team. Can't wait. It would have been worse. I mean, if you're an Eagle fan, you sit there and you lose 35-0 and your number one pick is getting 2 catches or 19 yards. It's not. I don't care who the hell your quarterback is. You got to do a better job than that. I mean, if there was a game like that for the Giants, then maybe I'd be like, wow, they got a lot of work to do. But a game like this, I ain't too concerned about
No, whatever. We regroup, we get ready for next week, and then we get ready for the regular season. The most important thing this offseason so far, and I don't want to jinx anything. That's why I hate saying it, but we haven't had any real injuries so far. And well, I mean, we have, but nothing like season altering type injuries so far in camp, which is really good. I mean, in recent years, we've had that. McKinney missed the majority of the season. We've had that in prior years. So far, knock on wood.
Our biggest concern, I think, is the Galladay hamstring.
Galladay, Barkley, Tony, but nothing like, I don't know, nothing crazy so far. And Andrew, man, thank you very much. Great to see you guys back batting it around for the Giants games. Here's to an entertaining season. Stay dry, and I'll see you. I appreciate that, Andrew, man. Thank you very much, buddy.
Yep.
And Ed says, I'm actually happy Judge is our head coach. I think you should be. I think. Listen, and I hope Judge is the answer, and it's kind of like Thibodeau with the Knicks. Like, I think Thibodeau, and I said this to JD when I was on his channel, I think when the Knicks hired Thibodeau, it was the right hire. I think it was a great hire because it was the type of coach they needed. Fizdale, to me, was too laid back. I think they needed that type of coach, and I think it was the same
kind of personality, Thibodeau and Judge.
Very similar.
They get the most out of their players. These guys play hard for these guys. As a New Yorker, that's all you want. You want your guys to play hard. You want to win, but you can deal with losing better if your guys are giving 100% effort. They're just not good enough, as opposed to this team should be better than it is, and they're mailing it in like they did on their past show.
Yeah. And the way I look at it is this, Beto. He was the right coach for the type of situation we're in then. I can't project the future. I don't know if in 3, 4, 5 years if Thibodeau is going to be the right guy for the Knicks, and I don't know the same for Judge. I don't know what this team's going to look like. I don't know if the players are still going to buy into what he's selling in 3 or 4, 5. But for the time in which they hired Judge, he was the right hire. And you just hope he continues to grow as a head coach.
Thinking there was out of the box thinking, which the Giants needed to do.
Yeah, exactly. And JD says, Neil, yeah, I know. Neil, I'm sure Neil's upset. I'm going to see her soon. Neil Coach, he wants you back home. I know. I got to get home and walk Neil. But thank you, man. I appreciate it, buddy. If you're a professional athlete, I don't want to get into the vaccine stuff. Appreciate that, Waterfly, man. Thank you very much. How are they similar? What has Joe Judge, a.k.a. Joe Nudge, done? What, Thibodeau and Judge? In terms of their demeanor, they're disciplinarians. I think they're similar personalities. They have a similar coaching philosophy. That's how I think they're similar. I'm not saying.
I don't understand. What is Joe Nudge? Like what?
I'm guessing this guy hates Joe Judge.
What is that, like a shot and an insult? You just remove the first letter.
Yeah, I guess he's a guy
like somebody calling the Yankees the Yankees. Like I don't.
He's a guy that I guess expected Judge to come in here last year and make the playoffs. I don't know. If you expect Joe Judge last year to make the playoffs, then you're crazy. He
took a really bad team and made them better. I mean, made them competitive. I mean, that's what he's done. I mean, he's had 1 year. I mean, what do you want after 1 year? What do you mean? I mean, the Knicks, nobody expect them to be 41-31 and make the playoffs with the 4 seed.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Whatever. Like I said, I guess each their own. I don't know what people expect from Joe Judge. I understand that some people shouldn't be talking about Joe Judge like they did win the Super Bowl, but at the same time, I don't know how people can badmouth the guy when he takes over a really bad team. It has a ton of injuries, and they had a very weird offseason where there was no practice. There was no preseason games. It was a weird year.
I also see Argo saying that Tibbs did it. Yeah, well, Tibbs did it, but Tibbs did it with all of his best players staying healthy outside of Mitch. And basketball is a completely different game. It's also easier, in my opinion, to make the playoffs in basketball. And Tibbs did a phenomenal job. He won Coach of the Year. But take Julius Randle out of the lineup because that's what happened to Judge. You took Saquon Barkley out of the lineup for Judge after week 1. If Saquon Barkley's in the lineup, Giants make the playoffs last year. So take Randle out of the lineup after the first 7 games last year and see if the Knicks make the playoffs.
Yeah, would have been tough.
It probably would have been tough, Bad Dog.
Yeah, and Randle was great. So.
Yeah, Randle was phenomenal. Sid says, could you please rank the importance of these players to the offenses? Rudolph, Ingram, Tony.
Ingram's the most important to me.
If we're just talking this year, I would say Tony's third. I actually, as much as I'm excited for Tony and I think he's going to add a different dynamic, I think Rudolph's pretty important too because we struggled so much in the red zone last year. And I think he's going to help us there. I agree with you. I would go Ingram, Rudolph, Tony.
Ingram does everything except protect him. He's a nightmare mismatch. He's fast. He's athletic. He's open a lot. He's your starting tight end. Tony's going to be your 4th receiver. Ingram is going to be one of your first options down inside the red zone. He's just got to complete the damn play. He is so important. If Evan Ingram can catch the ball, the Giants' offense is so dangerous. A lot of what they do is going to hinge on Evan Ingram. When you have a Saquon Barkley and you can do those play-action passes, bootlegs, it's Evan Ingram that's going to get a lot of those targets. And he got a lot of targets last year, but he wasn't good. He's so important, which is why I get so pissed off at him, because he means a lot to the Giants' offense. He's got to have a good year. If he has a good year, the offense is going to be good. If he struggles again, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, and Taco says, Chris and Bad, and we're going to close this in like 2 minutes because I got to pee. He says, Chris and Bad Dog, do you think the Giants will regret not picking offensive line in the draft first 3 rounds? If I'm being honest, I mean, I keep saying I would have taken a lineman. So and I hope I'm wrong. And I know, and I'm telling you, I can be wrong. Like, they could absolutely be right. And the guys in the 2020 draft could be much improved this year. But I'm going to say yes. I would have taken Slater. I'm going to continue to say that. So I'm praying I'm wrong. And I'm praying that Lemieux takes a big step up. And I'm praying that Matt Parrott is incredible on the right side. And they could definitely improve. And I actually expect them to improve. The question is, are they going to improve enough? But yes, I think the Giants should have taken an offensive lineman. After round 2, I didn't care. So, like, I know a lot of Giants fans complain about round 3, but I just looked at it like at that point you're just drafting like another Lemieux or like a guy that you don't know if he could eventually be an NFL starter. So I would have drafted an offensive lineman in the first round, but no later than the second. So I'm going to say yes, but I hope I'm wrong, and I think I could be, but we'll see. Ben had what's going on, Dusk, man? Glad to see you, buddy. How was the O-line today? The O-line, I think we could agree, Bad Dog. The O-line was definitely at least satisfactory today.
Yeah, not a bad job at all. I mean, obviously they had some hiccups, but I mean, these are back end of the rotation guys. But they definitely played a lot better today than they did against the Jets. That's for sure.
Yeah,
a lot better today.
But guys, we are going to close it out. I got to go to the bathroom. I will be live tomorrow at some point, midday probably, just recapping the game. I plan on doing that for every game. So, I'll have a chance to rewatch it. I taped it, talk about some individual performances and whatever questions you guys may have going forward. Maybe there'll be some news out tomorrow as well. So probably do a live stream tomorrow about that. And I just want to say thank you to Bad Dog. I'm super excited that we got these live streams back up and running. We'll be live
too, man.
They play Sunday, right? Next week?
Play next Sunday. Yep. Next Sunday. 1 o'clock as well.
So we'll be live.
You guys know where you'll be.
Yeah. We'll be live next Sunday on Bad Dogs. And then we'll be here before that. I think Thursday we said for our weekly Giant show. So hopefully some of you guys stop on by for that. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. Can't say thank you enough. You guys are the best supporters on YouTube. If you haven't done so, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, go into the description, subscribe to Bad Dog so you'll be over there for the game next week. And Bad Dog, say what you got to say.
You guys are the best. Much more entertaining game today. It was great to be back with my main man, Chris, to do the game. Because like I said, I did it last week. It's always fun to watch Giants football. It wasn't quite the same without the past summer, all of my John Madden or whatever you want to say. But I always appreciate you guys and girls being here, hanging out on the Sunday. From what I understand, there was over 1,000 people in here during the game. That is awesome. We look forward to doing this every week and just keep getting better, Giants, and we'll, in 3 weeks, we'll really care. But it's just good to see some good performances, no serious injuries. And, thank you guys for continuing to support, hanging out, hit the thumbs up, sharing out the channels, the streams, everything. We really do appreciate it. And looking forward to a great football season. Hopefully we get it.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna. But I think we had about 1,300 in here at one point, and for a preseason game, so that's pretty crazy. During the day on a Sunday. So thank you to everybody for being here, man. And Bad Dog, do what you do.
All right. So we will see you next time, guys, for the Entertainment Talking Sports. Bad Diggity Dizzle. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We gone. Peace.